didn't know he was going to massively sign his place.
No, I think so.
He's overseas.
Yeah. And I reckon they just, once Joshy got hurt,
Entirely.
yeah, just they seemed to lose a bit of focus.
So, put his finger in.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And then Joel got sent off, so he playing with...
Yeah, that's right, he did too. Copped a reprimand for that, didn't he?
He should have.
Do that.
I don't know.
It's sent off.
Remember a number 18 grand final? Preliminary final?
It is.
Danny, Jesse Sutton, Rowan Lane, Will Cooper, who else? Jesse Byrne. That's 6 of them sent off all of my game.
Really? What about the opposition?
They had one sent off. So
Same
I ended up, Brad McKay playing in the forward line on his own against 5 players.
Very good afternoon. Welcome to round 14 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. This is coming to you live on TRFM across Gippsland and the Valley. And it is at Terry Hunter Oval here in Traralgon for this big clash. It's Traralgon who are inside the top 3 at the moment. They sit second on the ladder, but they are coming off a loss to Wonthaggi last week. And has that put their top 3 chances in jeopardy? Well, they've got a couple of sides that are just nipping at their heels. One of those is the side they face this afternoon. It's the Magpies. However, since round 6, when they travel away from the nest, it hasn't been a happy hunting ground because they've gone win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. And we're now up to round 14. Will today be the day they find a little bit of consistency? Coach Jack Johnson said in our pre-game they're trying to get the energy up as if it's a home game for the Magpies. They've got to create their own energy, and this will be a fascinating game this afternoon here at Terry Hunter Oval in Traralgon. My name's Daryl Cooling. Joining me, my co-caller this afternoon is Rob Popplestone. Poppy, good afternoon to you.
G'day, Scott. G'day, Gippsland. Really excited about today's game, no doubt. No doubt at all, the match of the round, and so much relies on the result of this game between two really good sides. Very much in the conversation when we talk about being a premiership contender.
Daniel Hutchison's here for Carpet Country this afternoon, helping dreams become a reality since 1981. Beast, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good afternoon, Daryl. Good afternoon, listeners and team here. Yeah, beauty to be here today. It's even better when you've got to come and take over from Box because he's, who knows what's wrong with him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
it's a low standard you have to get up from.
I've been hearing it a lot, actually.
Paul Carter, the number 1 stats man for Gippsland Isuzu Ute and Gippsland Suzuki as well. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Darren. I'm certainly looking forward to this. As we said, last 9 games, 14-point average winning margin between the teams. Five of those have gone to Sale, 4 to Traralgon, and we're looking forward to a great clash.
Well, umpire, as you hear through the effects mic, the siren sounds for the first quarter for Virtue Homes, and Jack Leslie gets the first tap down. Lang had it and then didn't have it as D'Angelo ran with him early on. Shuffles it out towards half forward for the Magpies. First out there is Lang again. He soccers it off the ground. Top of the 50 it goes. Jack Johnson's there. Head over the footy, quickly wrapped up in a Willerton tackle. And 52 metres out now from Sale's goal. We'll have a ball up.
I did notice Willerton standing alongside Shannon Lang, but Shannon Lang deceptively quick there on the pounce as Leslie gets another tap down. Can't find a teammate. Right on the arc of forward 50. They're kicking to the right of radio, the Loy Yang end of the Terry Hunter Oval. Traralgon v Sale, the Gippsland live match of the round, and they're inside forward 50 now, the visiting side. They're just working the conditions well, gaining yardage, every opportunity. It's not pretty, but it's effective, and now from 30 metres out, I thought the umpire might pull it up. They have it, a kick around the corner. Nicely done too. It was by Holmes. Top of the square. Can they find a winner? They can't at ground level. Finally finds the boundary line just 10 metres from Sale goals.
Just a couple of quick key matchups there. Looks like Zach Hurley has gone to Dan McKenna in the back half for Sale, and it looks like Cody Hennis from Sale has matched up on Jackson McMahon. So interesting one there.
Leslie with a quick tap down. Running through at pace there was Campbell. Out of fresh air in the end. And Jack McLaren, great to see him back in the side.
The cars on the other side of the road are giving the club the idea, maybe turn the lights on.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. There's about half a dozen of them on the other side of the ground at the moment. From the stoppage, can they find something here, the Magpies? Traralgon are up to it. There's Hennis. Runs out a bit of real estate. And it is getting a little bit dark. I did say there's no rain. as the dark clouds are rolling in to make it a little bit dark on the far side of the ground. So boundary throw in. Jacobson grabbed it out of the ruck. Handball to no one in particular. Trying to sucker her off the ground there was Brown. Coming back the other way was Nathan Whitford. A quick chain of handballs. Shannon Lang, 10 metres out. Gets the first for the Magpies. A quick chain of hands and away we go.
Yeah, and they just fought hard to keep it in then Sale. They were not going to let Traralgon clear the ball. And if Traralgon did clear, I did notice already, Sale have already got a spare man back. So Will Leslie's already not going into the ruck in the forward 50. He's dropped back for that. We'll let next kick out.
And that goal has come up at the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Homes scored, Sale leading by that 6 points, 1 goal straight.
So a nice start from the visiting side. That's the sort of start you want when you're playing away from home. And guess what? That energy that they have at home, that they wanted away from home, that Jack Johnson mentioned with the Beast prior, it's exactly what they've got in the first minutes of this game. And here we go again. A nice work by Lang. Unreleases the ball. Good work from Whitford. Right half forward flank. Contest on. McMahon first player there for Traralgon. He might have to give ground but keep possession. He does that. The 1-2 nearly came off. It didn't need to. Hugh Dunbar goes inboard. Finds an angle and nicely picked up by D'Angelo. Goes short to Cunico. And now Cunico just forward of left half forward flank will sum up his options.
Yeah, goes to the half forward. The target will be McKenna. He's going to fly. He didn't complete the mark. Front and square was Hamilton. Handballs over his shoulder. Holmes just plucked it out of the air. And a nice handball to Johnny McGuinness. Right foot kick. Just got off the instep. Jack Johnson and Joel Skolter's a good little match up there as well. Johnson socked it off the ground. Hennis came in to help. Johnson again with some tough work. And we'll have a stoppage.
Jack Johnson will soon, and I'm sure the coaches at Sale will soon identify that's, I reckon, a mismatch in terms of body size. Get him deep.
Leslie tapped it down. McLaren works hard and had a free kick without the footy.
So McLaren goes to his right. Nicely done. Finds teammate Whitford. He's been good. Goes short again. Hudson Holmes. He's been busy. Can he find a winner inside forward 50? Can't. 50-50 contest. Who's going to be first there? It's going to be Sale again. Those 50-50 contests there winning. Pushing the back, the umpire says. Yes, indeed. Free kick goes the way of Traralgon. And it's Hugh Dunbar. Defensive 50. Likely to come grandstand side, the side that the Gippsland live commentary team are. In fact, he goes short, falls short as ruckman Max Jacobson was hit hard. Quick kick, clever kick to the advantage of teammate Whitford. Another touch from him and Lang. Some close attention from McMahon, but fair. Lang takes a mark, just 30 centimetres inside the boundary and then kicks inside forward 50. In fact, deep inside forward 50. Johnston over the top, couldn't take the mark. Nicely picked up Hugh Dunbar. Pressure released just for a moment.
Yeah, Tate Marsh on that outer wing, as we've known throughout the last couple of seasons there. He chips it over the top, can find Ambler for the Maroons. So they have an inboard kick. He goes on the inside 45. It's ambitious, but Cunico elevated, couldn't complete the mark. Second effort was good.
Nice.
Got the handball out to D'Angelo. Now further to Willetton. He tried to sock it off the ground and missed it. Now they come in, the Magpies, and we'll have a stoppage. Gutsy play to come back inboard, Beast.
That's the type of play that Troy Hamilton did speak about for the Traralgon side, is just to get it and go and use their strengths and let the boys just run free.
Marsh with a quick socker off the ground. Got it inside forward 50. McKenna squeezed a handball out to Halliburton. Ran down by Egg-Malessi-Smith. Holding the footy. And Derek Egg-Malessi-Smith for the Magpies gets the free kick.
I'm always fascinated by those decisions where you've actually got no time. You grab the ball, you grab it immediately. Love to see those called play on more often than not.
It's almost a punishment, I think, Pop, for the handball that goes to him.
Yeah, you're right too.
Shouldn't.
So Des, geez, that kick smothered off McGuinness, and all of a sudden they're in a spot of bother, the visiting side, because Traralgon have got a chance. Quick kick. It comes from Traralgon and just offline. The kick from Halliburton. They were trying to make something out of nothing and was nearly successful, but a score nonetheless, Paul Carter.
And Traralgon's first score on the board is coming just at the 6-minute mark. They are one behind 1 point on the Virtue Home scoreboard, trailing Sale, 1 goal straight 6.
Was that a goat?
I thought the Exorcist had entered the building.
I thought it must have been Greek Easter or something going on down there.
So Whitford got out towards Leslie. And big Jack Leslie takes the mark on the outer wing. He comes back on the right foot to half forward flank. It's out in front of Brad Dessert. Going out there as well with Membry and Brown. But the boundary line will beat them all. And we'll have a boundary throw in. 6 minutes in, the margin sits at 5. It is the Virtue Homes first quarter action here at Traralgon.
We'll put my hand up. I'm pretty sure they cook lamb, don't they? Not goat. Same thing.
Oh, the Greeks, they'll do anything, I tell you.
Boundary throw in. Cunico squeezed a handball out to a runner out there was Willerton. Got to half forward. Magpies set up well. Ignacy Smith spinning around nicely, although the kick under pressure lands in the hands of Marsh, and he'll relieve the forward thrust there from the Magpies. Goes down the line to Ambler. Just in the field of play, out of side ground. The cars on the far side got their lights on. We appreciate your efforts there this afternoon. We'll get the message to the Traralgon hierarchy shortly to put them on, we think. Half forward flank it goes. Halliburton was there. One hand, tried to get it out to D'Angelo. Ducked the shoulder, then slipped over. Now he's in trouble. But no Pryor will ball that one up.
Just with the slippery, we did say it would get a little bit greasy with the rain. It has constantly been raining there for a few minutes, and it's coming straight down too. So there's no wind, but there is rain coming straight down.
7 minutes first quarter. Traralgon right half forward flank and have spat the ball out. They've got a chance to go forward now. Still 55 metres from home, but they'll enter the forward 50 now. Cunico feigns the handball, kicks to the top of the square, left foot. McKenna the set. 1, 2 grabs, play on. Should have taken. He's got time. It won't sit. Feeds it off. Quick kick forward. Top of the square, bounces. Sale ease through a torpedo from a standing start. Will find the boundary. Will it be paid against him? Hudson Holmes was the player with the ball. The umpire says no, and fair enough decision too. Boundary throwing 60 metres from Traralgon's goals, kicking to the left of Radio and trailing. They're just the one behind, and the visiting Sale 1 goal.
I mean, he's experienced enough in Dan McKenna, but there he had enough of that. He needed to grab that. He needed to get his confidence up and grab that and go back and put Traralgon in front.
A free kick from the stoppage of the boundary throw in there, and it goes to the ruckman Jacobson. Sale will get some numbers back. He tries to get it over the collapsing Sale defenders. Couldn't do so. Lang was there. Squeezed a handball to Tainch forward. Now to Cody Hennis on the left foot. Down the line it goes. In front there of McLaren. And he can't keep it in. He does, but then he got ripped over the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
Definitely one thing I've noticed, Daryl, is both teams are playing spare one back. So they've definitely got numbers down the line whenever they exit their defensive 50. So it'll be interesting to see if they continue that sort of style up.
So we've just got a message saying that Dunbar's running with Lang today.
All right.
So just keep an eye on that one. I haven't noticed it, to be honest, but keep an eye on that one as Traralgon go forward. Will they? Josh Hamilton, quick kick, sloppy. But inside forward 50, good tackle, I thought. Umpire says pop, you're right. Free kick, McKenna makes up for a drop mark a moment ago, and we'll have the chance from 45 on the slightest of angles to bring up the first major for the home side, Traralgon.
He definitely needs to go back and slot this. This is the reason why they would have brought Dan McKenna back into the side. Obviously, he came back in middle of the year, but missed last week, and this is the reason why he'll be back in. For reasons like this.
Okay, so McKenna, long sleeves, nice type, 45, nice leg off the boot distance-wise. Distance not a problem. He can kick him from outside 50 if you wanted, but accuracy, again, is their big issue.
2 behinds, 2 points. Traralgon on the Virtue Home scoreboard. Trailing Sailor, 1 goal straight, 6 coming up to 10-minute mark of the first quarter.
So Ignacy Smith has the kicking duties. Tough conditions this afternoon for a Zambrero goal at A contender, but we will get some throughout the afternoon. He comes to the near side.
Good
in the
take.
front. Joel Scolters takes the mark. He's a left footer. He's going to punch it in low, a dart. He's going to skid through to Josh Hamilton. Left it behind. Try to tap it forward. Coming through was Hudson Holmes. Got boot to ball and will land on the chest. Luck's a fortune to Kai McDonald. And McDonald has it. He's got Byron on. Does it get over the top of Scolters? It does. Well done by Jack Johnson there. And Byron took the mark. Hennis is on short. Is that gone 15? Only just. And Hennis will go short again. 16-metre kick this time to Whitford. They're holding onto the football are the Magpies. They're on centre wing at the moment, kicking towards the power station into the ground here in Traralgon. Hugs the boundary line in front of the deck. Freeman might fly. Jacobson in the front spot. Whack comes the other direction. On the non-preferred, got smothered off the boot. And in front of the deck, or in front of the new Suzuki Swift, we have a boundary throw in. 11 minutes in to the first quarter. 4 points margin favour the Magpies.
I don't mind that kick inside 50 from Scolters before. He just darted it inboard. Instead of going down the line and deep into a pocket, he's put it into a pretty good spot.
He did too. Right half forward flank though at the moment. Holmes, was he held without it? No, he dropped the ball and the free kick goes the way of Dunbar, who came off Lang just for a moment to tackle Holmes and now plays on around the half-forward flank. McKenna again flies high, brings the ball to the front almost like it was an instruction at ground level. Halliburton goes inboard to the ruckman. Risky move, but Max Jacobson feeds it off. McKenna, the two big blokes, they get rid of it and they keep the ball alive, and If you can do that, you're half a chance. But they're under a bit of pressure in these tough conditions, and ending up with it will be Hugh Dunbar. Goes inboard. A risky kick with a capital R. And they might come unstuck right here as Cody Hennis tries to burst his way through to Campbell. Can't get a handle on it, and they're out of trouble. Scalders to Whack. He goes to Jacobson. Jacobson drops what he should have taken, and now Scalders gets another chance. He's under all sorts of pressure. Good pressure from Sale as it's cleared by Dunbar, but only momentarily. The conditions starting to play a part here. It's slippery, it's wet, and the pressure is enormous as the umpire assumes control now. Sale, right half forward flank.
Yep, 12 minutes in, first quarter, good call, Poppy, and the pressure is immense here. Cunico from the stoppage, missed D'Angelo by hand, and then Taints just drove his opponent into the back there. No free kick though. That was for Cunico, and then a big, strong tackle. And that was from D'Angelo. He might have hurt himself there. The kick goes down the line. And we're going to have a stoppage. Just keep an eye on D'Angelo there for a second.
He's holding his left shoulder. So I don't know if he's whacked one in the left shoulder or he's sort of just got a caught. But he is sort of just struggling that left shoulder a little bit. He's up and running now.
The kick goes inboard but missed the leading target there in Jones. And the Maroons through McMahon. Takes the uncontested mark. He goes short and he can find Tom McMahon. He goes further out wide by hand to Jackson McMahon in his long penetrating kick. Got over the top there. Halliburton's got some wheels. Does it sit for him? No, ever so close. He would have ran away from McGuinness as well. He just couldn't get two hands on it. We've got a boundary throw and all of a sudden, blink of an eye, and it's top of the 50 for Traralgon.
D'Angelo's just come to the bench, so he'll obviously get a little bit of attention from the trainers down there. But one way for Sale, clearly to stop the run of Traralgon and pressing forward so hard is that bit of play before where they just literally pushed them all the way back almost into the goal square.
So from the stoppage, Cunico grabs it, kicks it high, inside forward 50 it goes. No one can complete the mark. At the front there was Halliburton. Got a kick away and now we've got a little bit of strife. It gets squeezed out to Leslie and he's got some wheels. He takes off, gets outside his defensive 50. Inboard kick towards Brad Dessert, missed him. Campbell took on the tackler, got around two of them. Handballs forward. Dessert tries to knock it on. And coming the other direction was Jacob Cunico. Gives it out wide to Ambler, who crossed the centre-half back area. Out wide to Marsh. It scoots off the deck, off the slippery ground here at Terry Hunter Oval. And we're going to boundary throw in, out of sight of the ground.
All right, boys, we've been around for a while. What's your thoughts on how you handle these conditions? Is it just knock it forward at any opportunity? Is it try to take control of the ball?
It is at the moment, I think, Beast, don't you think? It is a bit slippery. I think once it stops raining and then you can sort of go back a little bit. But at the moment, you want a little bit of that possession to knock it forward and just gain some meterage.
I feel like it has probably gotten a little bit heavier since we last mentioned the rain. But I think just getting the ball forward, it's obviously going to skid on top of this sort of ground. It's not going to be muddy and heavy, so it is going to skid on. So I think just pushing the ball forward is probably going to be key for both.
I always found that in wet conditions, the most skillful players rise to the occasion.
Yep, exactly. That's what happened with me. Anyway, Sale go forward now through the middle of Terry Hunter Oval. I made that up as they try to find a winner now. Tom Glenn's the player and feeds it off nicely to Taints, the long-sleeved Taints for Sale. I tell you what, all players are just battling with the conditions at the moment as Jacobson fed one off and it goes forward inside forward 50. Dropping the ball was McGuinness, Jonty McGuinness, and this is a great opportunity as Riley LaPrege to Willerton, dodges the handball and then kicks one through. Beautiful play. It wasn't pretty, it was effective, and the conditions, they played them beautifully, did the home side. Nice work by Willerton.
As you said, just keeping the ball moving forward by any means, and they did it so well, Traralgon. Taking the lead at the 15-minute mark of the first quarter on the virtual home scoreboard. The Maroons 1-2-8, leading Sale, 1 goal straight 6.
I mean, they did surge forward, but there's clearly a mistake there by Johnny McGuinness. He's dropped an absolute soda in chest mark there, and they just swooped on him. They just swooped on him. Two Traralgon players swooped on that footy and got the ball forward, and Willerton does what Willerton does. He gets forward and finishes off.
So this time Jacobson taps it down, but Lang was the winner. He had the hand of Ambler around him and he's won the free kick for holding the man. And he does that so well. He knows when to take possession. He knows when to tap it forward. And he just plays on now with the right boot. The leading target, Brad Dessert, couldn't complete the mark, was Jack Leslie. Handle over the back, Membry. Got it towards Brown. Brown's on the left foot. Was on the wrong side he was going, but that's worked out nicely for him. Tate Marsh has started well on the Marsh wing here. And his right foot kick goes towards Lopez. It might have been a left foot kick in the end. And Lopez slid into the fence. And we're going to get a free kick. I'm not too sure what that was for. I don't even think Lopez knows what the free kick's for, but McGuinness will be the recipient. He slid into the bench. He slid over the boundary line. Couldn't have been deliberate, but either way, they got the free kick. No one can get it towards half forward. Lang was there with a quick kick, goes forward, lands in the hands of Tainch. And it's...
Jones, I think.
Yeah, it was Jones. He drives it in top of the square, and Membry
Nice
with
work.
a 2 grab. In the wet conditions, takes the mark.
Okay, so he changes direction, risky kick, kicks to space, and now we've got a race. Ambler, he's second there, but keeps his feet. That's important in these sorts of conditions. And then a kick off the ground fortuitously falls in the hand of Reuters, who feeds it off, and off they go through Trapode. Can he find McKenna? Oh, McKenna again slipped through the hands right on the boundary line, 60 metres from his goals. They could have been kicking for goal, but another one that slipped through the fingers quite literally.
Just needs to adapt. It's clearly chest mark sort of footy out there. It's not over the head marking.
Ball thrown back in, Lang ground level. Willerton tries to chase him down, can't. Lang, quick kick, goes through the legs of Holmes, and Wack gets in there first. Ambler over the top, a kick out of thin air by D'Angelo. Only goes as far as Whitford, who clears the area, but does he find the right person? He doesn't. Play on's the call. The umpire takes control, and Josh Scholz, who took the ball clearly, it was obviously touched off the boot. The umpire just short of left half forward flank. 18 minutes gone of this first quarter. Traralgon 1 goal, 2 Sale 1 goal.
Jacobson tapped it down, working hard as McLaren. This is what you like in the as a midfielder in there. Works hard and then scraps it out. Hudson Holmes now has to fight. There is, this time, Butcher. Handle over the shoulder. Hennis got it forward. Kick around the body on that occasion was for McDonald. They go to half forward. Dessert will come down and try and gather it. Holmes in the front and square spot. Picked it up. Might be a free kick. It's going against Jones of Sale. And it'll go the way of Cooper Brown. He's going to switch it towards Membry. Back to the goal square they go. He's got one on, but he's missed both of them. It's a turnover.
Wow.
It's going to come back in. Handball over the top. Hennis. Oh, great work by Membry to come in and crunch Hennis in a tackle and then get the football back for the Maroons. And Marsh will be on the end of this one. He touches it down on the ground on the outer wing. Right foot kick to half forward. McKenna, he's had 2 or 3 goes of it a couple of times. Sock it off the ground. Halliburton, he's going to kick it again to himself. Goes in towards Lopez. Little death tap. And now McGuinness was up to it. Gave a slick handball to Whitford, who goes one way, then comes back to the near side. The switch kick, is it on?
It's very risky. Front of the pack. Traralgon 2 on 1. Feed it off. Good chance here for Trapode. He gives off to D'Angelo. Good pressure. The Maroons do it back to back.
And that all started down the back half. Mitch Membry just coming off his man, making a massive impact defensively. Cody Hennis not long just got up off the ground too, so he's giving him a fair old clip, and that started back in the back half with Mitch Membry.
And that goal to Louis D'Angelo at the 20-minute mark of the first quarter takes Traralgon to an 8-point lead over Sale. It's 2-2-14 to Traralgon, 1 goal straight to Sale.
It'd hate to be any darker, wouldn't it? Because I'm looking down on the bench and I can see Jumbo McCulloch. He's got a pair of black boots on, black jeans, black jacket, black beanie, and the size of him, I mean, he looks like a...
He looks like a debt collector.
He does.
He's a big man, and it is getting a little bit dark here at Terry Hunter Oval, but the margin sits at 8 points in favour of the home side. And as we said, 20 minutes of the first quarter for Virtue Homes. Keep an eyes peeled. The new Virtue Homes display village opening later this year. It's called the Marshall. It's not too far away from the Windsor and the Olivia as well. Socket off the ground in the middle of the ground was from Holmes. They've called it in danger. And Willerton will get the free kick in there. Of course, big moments this afternoon, all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club. And that switch kick down the bottom end of the ground was a bit of a worry. But if you're looking for the Moore Bowling Club's 6th tap, it's called the Bilson's Twister at the moment. You can get in there and taste that one. So back to the middle. Willerton gave it off to Membry. Drove it inside forward 50 to Lopez. Beautiful kick, beautiful lead. They had the space. They worked into it nicely, Beast.
They had the space, had the numbers. That is just textbook Traralgon in 2024, I think. The way they just cleared the ball out. Nice, beautiful kick straight down the throat of the captain. Yeah,
Dylan Lopez, normally a good shot for goal. Hopefully I haven't put the commentator's curse on him. He's on a 45-degree angle. We'll have to kick at 45, kicking towards the railway end of the ground. On its way. He celebrates before it even goes off his boot. He kicked it and instantly went into a celebration mode. He's coming straight to the bench. He'll high-five 15 players on the way through. That's how you put them through.
3-2-20. Traralgon now a 14-point lead over Sale. We've played 21 minutes into the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard has Sale on 1 goal straight 6, which was kicked at the 2-minute mark.
So Shannon Lang put the visitors on the board early, but since that time, Traralgon sort of have controlled most of the territory, haven't they? And they've finished off quite nicely in the conditions when they've been given an opportunity.
Well, I think it's important now for Sale. They've got a little bit of a break on them now, Traralgon, so it's very important, I think, for Sale just to try and get possession and just slow the game down slightly.
I'll give that tap to Leslie, who found Lang, who fed it off, and Holmes, and up they go from the half-back line. Good running. Nice pace by Whitford, being one of their better players. Good work behind ground.
Good body work.
I was going to say Brown positioned himself perfectly, but Thomas Campbell used his body so beautifully, as Scud pointed out, and now from 45, or maybe just inside 50, Whitford will get the opportunity to get a much-needed goal for the visiting Sale side.
Big moment all thanks to the Mall Bowling Club right here.
So here he goes for Sale. Campbell, just inside 50. It'll take one of his very best, and guess
good.
what?
Looks
He's
good.
happy to deliver it, and he does it quite nicely under pressure. They're back in the game.
That's exactly what they needed, although they didn't slow it down like what I thought they probably would. They actually went the opposite and went really hard, streaming off half-back. But nonetheless, that's a fantastic finish, and it's exactly what the Sale side needed.
And at the 23-minute mark, it's an 8-point lead to Traralgon. Virtue Home scoreboard has Traralgon at 3-2-20. Sale now 2 goals straight 12.
Oh, it was good build-up and great body work from Campbell, and then completed it very, very nicely. The Magpies need a much-needed one after getting the opening one at the 2-minute mark. Took them 20 minutes to get there next. As Jack Leslie does the ruck duties again, this time taps it down. Johnson goes into the middle, wins it, gives a handball off to Egg Malesi-Smith. Tried the don't argue on Willardon, still strong enough to get his boot to ball. Wills Leslie's out, they got a shocking bounce. Marsh came in to get a handle on it. Wack comes to help as well, and now Leslie just pops up, tries to get a handball out to Hudson Holmes, missed him. Wack picks it up off the deck, handballs backwards to a teammate in Willardon. Inboard kick, they got numbers everywhere, but it ricocheted off the shin, and now coming the other direction there was Leslie, and he had it and then lost it and got pinged for holding the footy. Tripodi put a big tackle on the big man.
Well, he actually, I reckon he probably just stopped the ball from going forward even quicker than what it is at the moment, because he fought like a dog on the ground there.
So Cunico got from Tripodi and now gives, and he got the opportunity through Cade Marsh. 45-metre angle kick found Hugh Dunbar, and he plays on right on left half forward flank. Finds McKenna. Kenny! Yes, sir. He read it beautifully, got rid of his opponent and took the easiest of marks after doing a hell of a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and the chance to answer very quickly from 25 metres out, again on a very slight angle.
Bit of reward for effort, because he tried to pluck him up in the air a few times, and he's just gone with the chest there, and look what happens.
So Traralgon with an 8-point buffer at the moment. It could be 14. McKenna, distance won't be a problem. We know that. Accuracy could be in the conditions. Goal umpire says McKenna. Nice work. 2 fingers for you. Another goal for the key forward of the home side.
Really good delivery too by Hugh Dunbar. He's just put that in the most perfect spot. As a forward, your eyes would light up when you get that sort of delivery coming inside 50.
And it's the last 3 inside 50s for Traralgon. The result, in fact, the last 4 inside 50s for Traralgon are their 4 goals.
Wow.
Dan McKenna's goal takes him to 4-2-26 on the Virtue Home scoreboard, leading Sale 2 goals straight 12.
Well, I was questioning where their goals might come from, and they've whacked on 4 in the rain in the first quarter. And this time, Leslie taps it down again. Lang was there with D'Angelo. They fight hard. And now Johnson goes in, has their head over it. Hudson Holmes picks it up. Kicks one towards the top of the 50. It goes. Cody Hennis has to go down low and try and pick it up. He's got 2 Traralgon defenders. One of those is Cunico. That's Jacob Variety. He had it. He stood up and had a couple of steps and got pinged for holding the ball as his right arm was pinged. Holmes, delivery towards Descent, but got it shallow. And Will Leslie takes the mark. 50 metres out. Man on the mark, 48 metres out.
He's probably got this in him, although it is Tristan Wack standing the mark, so he's got a little bit of height to get over, but he's probably got...
He's looking to feed it off too.
He wants a runner, and Egg Malesi-Smith didn't want it. His brother didn't want it, Jack.
Go to yourself.
Yep, and that's what he has to do. From 50, although kicks it just to the top of the square. Looking for Brad Descent. Can't complete the mark. Gets out to the back. Socket off the ground. In the end, it was an airy. And then from the boundary line across the face of the goal, it goes from Butcher. And we'll see a boundary throw in. 26 and a half minutes gone. First quarter for Virtue Homes. It's a 14-point margin. Traralgon lead it. We'll have all the scores around the grounds at quarter time for you. That's all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
So Will Leslie just poked that one and it only fell 10 metres short. You feel as though should have backed himself in, but with a month of footy on the sidelines, or due to a European vacation, I think, Jack Johnson mentioned pre-game, he might not just feel as though it's in him at the moment. He'll get confidence.
Might be able to get some tips from him, Pop.
Yeah.
Where to go.
Have a quick chat. 45 metres from Sales Goals, kicking to the right of Radio. Pressure's on, about a dozen and a half players around the ball or within a 20-metre radius. So, in these conditions, which are quite wet and it's continuing to rain, Traralgon try to clear the air. They do it nicely too. Well done, Cunico. Can he find a winner? He can. Oh, gee, slipped through the arms of possibly the praise and now picked up by McGuinness. And they go inside forward 50. Nicely done as Thomas Campbell presented himself so nicely. The umpire will take control. And we're back to 40 metres from Sales Goals. Traralgon 4-2-26 and Sale 2 goals straight. We played 27 and a half minutes. Not too much longer to go until the first quarter. Although a quick goal after that boundary throw-in goes shallow and to behind for the visiting side. So they come 1 point closer.
13 points the difference. 4-2-26 Traralgon to 2-1-13 Sale. Virtue Homes scoreboard. Lang and Holmes have had 20 disposals between them, by the way.
Gee whiz, Membry quickly played on, got the footy out to the wing, over the back it goes. D'Angelo, as they go forward, it would have landed in the hands of McKenna as well, but Siren beat them. Traralgon had a good first quarter, and they got 4 goals, 2-26. They lead the Magpies 2-1-13 at quarter time. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM. A little bit rain-soaked, a little bit wet here at Terry Hunter Oval. Hopefully you're having a great Saturday afternoon, wherever you might be across Gippsland and the Valley. It is Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 14. Number 1 sees this big bomb from Tom Smith from Morwell. Just was patient from 48. Gives it a roost and finishes it. And at number 2, it's Jack Blair here from Wonthaggi with a great pickup and even better snap to split the middle. A wonderful goal. Number 3, Jordan Shields here from Moe. He gets the hand pass, bang! Goes with a big snap at the top of the pack, putting it through the middle.
Welcome to senior football.
You don't mind!
Wow, what a great spot. What a great feeling for the young fella as well. So young Jordan Shields kicks his...
Number 4 here, Jackson Huston from Druin. Tied in the pocket. Oh, ho, ho, that was just class. Number 5, cometh the hour, cometh the man, Alex Carr from Mafra. He's got ice in the veins. He gets the game winner out of the pack. What a great goal.
Yes, quarter time, and the feeling is pretty good in the Traralgon camp. They lead it by 13 points at quarter time. 4-2-26 Traralgon, Sale 2-1-13. Paul Carter, key stats. All thanks to Gippsland Suzuki, the revolutionary Suzuki Swift Hybrid, now available.
Sale leading inside 50s 12-10, as well as the clearances 13-9. Centre clearances, definitely it's Lang and Holmes doing the job there. 6-1 in centre clearances, 7 free kicks apiece. Jack Leslie hit 17 hit-outs, so Max Jacobson 6. For Traralgon, Jordan Cunico, of the ones we're following, is the leading stat winner with 7, and 5 to Louis D'Angelo. For Sale, Shannon Lang 11 disposals, Hudson Holmes 9 disposals, and then we've got Jack Johnson on 4, and McLaren and Egmont Leslie Smith on 3.
Well, second quarter for the Murray Racing Club is about to get underway. Daniel Hutchison will have some around the ground scores for us in a moment, but this second quarter is underway, and Leslie tapped it down, and head over there was McLaren. Socket off the ground by D'Angelo. He's got a bit of a crook shoulder. We'll keep an eye on that as well. As a free kick goes, Egmont Smith way at half-back. He looks up, Johnson presents, ignored. Looks inboard, nothing there. Looks down the line, nothing there. Goes lateral and finds Andrew Campbell just in the field of play. Didn't gain any forward meterage. And Andrew Campbell now goes in the direction of Cody Hennis, might fly, but in the front spot, Jack Leslie, the ruckman, floats across nicely. Open forward line, in it goes. Nice. Will Leslie, one hand up, can't complete it. Thomas was there. Membry does well, and Brown was there, sorry, as well. Ambler with a handball nicely to Jacob Cunico. And now Cunico's outboard kick towards McKenna, takes it on the chest. Just. He looks up. Forward line 50 is open. Reuters presents. It goes out the outer side. Going back with a flight. Nicely done. Is it Marsh? It is Tate Marsh, the winger.
Yeah, fantastic mark there. He got himself in an absolutely ripping position off the wing, but he's obviously not going to have a shot. He's looking to pass.
He did. Jordan Cunico. The umpire said not 15, play on, and Jordan Cunico has to kick around the body in the end under pressure.
I tell you what, I've seen kicks a lot shorter than that be paid a mark.
Minor score in the end after all of that. Moe Racing Club memberships are now open.
4-3-27 Traralgon, 14 points ahead of Sale, 2-13.
All right, Des.
He would have had the leg marsh, I reckon, from there.
Yeah, I would have thought too, to be honest. As the ball comes back in, punch forward by a whack to Cunico. D'Angelo, that shoulder gets a good test out. The umpire says dropping the ball. The free kick goes the way of Will Leslie. So deep in his defensive 50, he gives ground again to Derek Egmont Smith, or Des, who goes short. Nicely done. Finds his teammate in Jake Hutchins, the 1-2. He gets it back, does Des, and a good user of the ball. And Johnny McGuinness, went through his hands, picked off by Halliburton. Top of the square, they have to sit and wait. And as a result, it slipped through the fingers of Leslie, and they remain under pressure as Halliburton comes in on the arc of 50. As Wellington also lends a hand. No players can really get a clean handle of it. Des, a blind handball over the back, finds Tainch, but only momentarily. And now it's Campbell from half back who goes to half forward. And Jacobson, the big man, does the roving work, falls over the top of the ball. He's in a spot of bother. He knows it. He feeds it off. And now Membry, he's dispossessed. And I tell you what, they need to give a bit of ground here. The ball's sometimes slipping out of players' hands rather than anything else. Leslie gets the free kick, dances around a couple from 60, kicks it to within 5. Can he find a winner? He can't. He finds the boundary 2 metres from Sale's goals. 2 3/4 minutes gone. Second quarter, Traralgon 4-3-27 and Sale 2-1-13.
Sorry, mate, your source is right. Hugh Dunbar has gone to Shannon Lang to start this quarter, so a bit of a run with roll there for Hughie Dunbar.
Let's see what Sale can do inside their forward 50 into this opening quarter. Jacobson took it out of the ruck.
No.
Ran down from behind. Just the awareness of what was going on around that stoppage. You've got to expect pressure in that situation. You can't be taking 4 or 5 steps, especially as a big man.
I mean, I'm critical of ruckman at the best of time, but I think anyone shouldn't have, regardless of their position on the ground. That's just having no awareness. You're right in front of the opposition goal.
And Hudson Holmes makes them pay. 3 minutes into the second quarter, slams it home. He gets his first, and more importantly, a good start for the Magpies.
It's interesting, though, because Maxie Jacobson now just dawdles back to the middle. He'll be down on himself. He'll know that wasn't the right thing to do, but I would have expected a few more teammates just to get around, pat him on the bum and just say, come on, mate, next one, we need you in there.
So Jacobson took one step and said, I've got the ball. He took another step and said, now what do I do? He took a third step and said, should I kick? And then he took a fourth step and should I handball? And on his fifth step, he was dispossessed.
And we're 4 minutes into the second quarter, It's a 8-point lead to Traralgon. They have 4-3-27. Sale now up to 3-1-19.
And that was perfect. Spot on.
Just about like that, wasn't it? That's what it looked like.
And took about that long too.
So the ball to come back into play. Remembering, of course, Sale kicked the first goal early in the first quarter before Traralgon assumed control. But although the second quarter starts off nicely, now the hard work begins for the home side, because this was never going to be an easy game. And an 8-point lead is nice enough, but you've got to respond when you're challenged, and they're being challenged at the moment as the ball comes back to the centre. And it's Jacobson v Leslie. Jacobson gets the tap, one of the rare taps, goes away now. Can they get a set of clearance? They haven't been able to do that for most of the day. And now Leslie, in fact, kicks it forward for Sale, goes through the hand of Scolters. He good enough to get a handball and find D'Angelo. He'll kick for touch and probably find it. The race is on. Josh Butcher, one of those racing for the ball. Can he keep it in? He can't. Or can he? Yes, he can. And now we've got a contest. Josh Butcher and Tate Marsh out of sight of the ground before the boundary umpire takes control of it. It spills on the wrong side of the boundary line. There'll be a boundary throw-in. 5 minutes gone, second quarter. The margin, as I said, 8 points the way of the home side.
Scolters has been impressive too, guys. I reckon he's definitely using his pace off Jack Johnson. He's probably identified he's probably got a bit of pace against the older Johnson, but he's playing in front, he's backing himself in, and he's running off Jack Johnson every time the ball goes near him.
So Lang socketed off the ground in that stoppage, and then so did McLaren in the end, and the ball eventually trickles over for a boundary throw 55 metres out. They've stood reasonably strong, have the Maroons' defence so far. A couple of little worrying moments, but I think they'd be happy with the first quarter and a half.
So 7 scoring shots to 4. Forward 50 entries, Paul. Is that a reflection of the control? Because at one stage, Traralgon getting good reward for effort.
Sale actually had more than Traralgon in the first quarter.
There you go.
Oh, they're going to win this one again, although McLaren gave a handball straight, coughed it up to Jackson McMahon. Barrel to kick out in a little bit of hope than anything else, and now the ball is in dispute. Head over the football. On that occasion was Holmes, and we'll have a ball up.
I wonder if this is a bit of a tactic from Traralgon. Dan McKenna hasn't left that forward 50. That whole bit of play, the stoppage is now on the half-forward line for Sale, and Dan McKenna is still plonked himself in their forward 50.
Trying to stretch the ground. A quick kick goes in the direction from McLaren inside forward 50. He goes. Campbell tried to shuffle it out. Somehow falls in the hands of the coach in Jack Johnson. He knows where the goals are, and the Sale Magpies have got 2 in a row for the first time in this game.
Yeah, right place, right time. Very experienced there, Jack Johnson. I feel like that's probably the way Sale want to try and get their goals today, is just get the ball in, give their forwards the best opportunity.
And at just 2 points the difference at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Sale are now 4-1-25, trailing Traralgon, who are on 4-3-27.
So important centre break, and Sale have controlled the centre clearances exceptionally well. I think we heard 6-1 first quarter, and it's basically started this quarter off like the first quarter finished. And as a result, they're edging closer. 2 points the difference, as Paul Carter's just let us know. Jacobson flies high but flies early, so Leslie gets the tap, and McLaren the player there for Sale. Kick off the ground by Lang inside his forward 50. Scolters feeds it off, can't find a teammate. In a dangerous place as Johnston just slipped through his fingers, unfortunately. Scolters tackles Lang as he gets a quick kick. Good sprawl from behind, and all of a sudden we've got a contest 20 metres from Sale's goals. And coming in nicely, Thomas Campbell. Can he keep the ball in? Can momentarily before the central umpire, I think, will take control, or will he? Yes, he will. Just a metre in from the boundary and only 20 metres from Sale's goals. The Magpies kicking to the left of Radio, trailing by just 2 points. In fact, it's going to be
free kick, I think.
After all that?
Yeah, after all that. I'm not too sure. Well, I think I did see Cooper Brown have the arm of Thomas Campbell.
Okay.
And I didn't think there was a free kick paid, so maybe the non-officiating saw what I saw. But anyway.
Okay, so Thomas Campbell. It'll take something good. It'll take a Zambrero goal of the day across the face and through for a minor score. So I didn't see the free kick, but importantly, it went Sale's way. And guess what, Paul Carter?
1 point the difference, Bobby. 4-2-26 Sale, 4-3-27 Traralgon. Murray Racing Club scoreboard, 9 minutes played second quarter.
Become a member today at the Murray Racing Club. Season kicks off shortly, start of August there, as McMahon brings it back to the near side. And in the front spot, big Jack Leslie
nice.
plays on from 49 metres, gets the inside of the ball and kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Very good defence there. He just, whoever that was, I can't see. It might have been Hugh Dunbar. Just got to push into his back and just put him off balance a little bit.
So this time Membry goes the other side of the ground, away from where Leslie is, and lands in the hands of Whack. He's got the runner, and that runner is McMahon, sorry, and then barrels one half forward. He's going to skid on, and a good 60-metre kick gains some meterage, but Derek Igmalesi-Smith is there. Handballs inboard now to Glenn. His kick, tumble one, Scolters, attacked it hard, shoulders it, and then goes forward. Holmes it was. A kick to the top of the 50. He's going to land in the hands nicely of Jones. He's got one inboard, and he finds McLaren, and he hits him up, and he takes his time to push back off the mark.
Yeah, nice little build-up there for Sale. It was a good turnover over there on the far wing. I did notice Blair Roscoe come from the ground, and actually he was the man who made the lead on the far side of the ground. So he worked really hard, the young fella coming up from the under-16s, all the way across the ground, cut in front of the key forward.
Jack McLaren's shot is kept to the far side of the ground, so kept it skinny there, and another minor score.
Scores are locked up at 4-3, 27 apiece at the 10.5-minute mark of the second quarter. Moe Racing Club scoreboard.
All right, at the moment, the home side just struggling to get it outside or past their half-forward flank. They've been there once or twice, but not many times, Paul Carter, in the opening 10 minutes.
Traralgon have only been inside their 40-50 twice this quarter.
Yeah, so compared to Sale's
7.
So Sale at the moment really applying some pressure. The screw's being turned. Let's see how Traralgon respond. They'll have to do it through Mitch Membry. From fullback he plays on. Runs all of his 15 metres and then stops and props and goes for a short option. It was risky, but it paid off as Liam Willerton presented himself. And Sale have just locked it up at the moment, just finding it hard for Traralgon to find a way through, and no exception as Sale hold it on their half-forward flank through numbers, and they've just got a nice pattern of play behind the ball, and it spills over the boundary line, still in Sale's half of the ground.
Yeah, you're spot on. This is great defensive work from the Magpies, and their press, well, it's reasonably high, except for, as Beast alluded to, really the one player who has to man up, and they're going to win it again from the stoppage. Holmes will go inside. Going back is Marsh. That's Cade with courage. Takes the mark, gives a handball to the runner in Whack. Has a bounce in these wet, slippery conditions. Handballs over the top. Nicely done to Brown. Brown looks to come back inboard on the left foot. He's missed everyone. And Igmalesi-Smith, though, trying to go with his head in the end and then left it behind. Jacob Cunico, forward handball. Trying to pick it up was Roscoe. He's met solidly come the other direction from Hurley. And over the boundary line we go. Boundary throw in.
Sorry, mate. Good wet weather footy there by Hurley. Just got his body in the way and just sort of blocked that footy from going on any further.
So half-forward flank, Leslie v Jacobson. Jacobson gets the benefit of a nice throw-in and tries to tap it forward. Only goes as far as McLaren. His quick kick forward is cut off nicely by Thomas McMahon, who plays on quickly. All he needs a bounce, and Tate Marsh is up and away, and that's what he does. Can he find a winner? He goes looking for Halliburton. The ball falls short. Halliburton's got the pace to turn, and on that arc, kick it inside forward 50. Not great. Effective, though, as Jordan Cunico marks. And will attempt to goal from 45 metres on an angle of about 35. And
he's got the distance.
He has.
Yep.
With scores locked away, obviously everything's important, but with no pressure now, it just requires accuracy, and he's got the distance in his back pocket, as the Beast has told us. He'll have a chance to put the Maroons back in front. Kicks from 45. Oh, it's sloppy, Poppy, and out of play on the full.
Bent the knee. That was a pretty bad rhythm, actually. He's come in, just bent the knee, leant back on it. You can just see, though, the middle of that ground where that cricket wicket is. I've seen Tate Marsh just go to get a kick in there before, and he just really hesitated to go in there. You can see when he put his foot in, it's really sloppy in there.
Scores level. 13.5-minute mark of this second quarter. Holmes with a kick out of that outer full back area, or out of bounds on the full it was. He goes to the outer side. No one can complete the mark. Trying to stand up in the tackle out there was Thomas Campbell.
So what are we wearing? The moulded soles or the screw-ins today?
I don't think, do they have? I heard they don't have screw-ins anymore.
No,
the old days of the screw-ins are gone. In fact, the young blokes don't know what they are.
You've got to look hard for them.
Yeah, let's have a talk about that at half time.
Yeah, we'll do that. You can find some. They've got to be hard to find, though. Ambler, true centre wing on the outer side, can't get a clean handle on it. We've got another stoppage.
And they don't have the high-cut boots anymore either.
No, definitely don't have those. No nails in the boots either, Pop.
Old Ron Barassi special.
Yeah, that's it.
And I'm tipping no one polishes their boots before the game either. As a stoppage occurred, they try to slap it out, try to clear the congested area on the outer side. Ambler got low, picked up the footy off the deck, runs away, has a kick inside forward 50. McKenna will be the target in the front spot. Can't complete above his head. Front and square there was Lopez. Kick around the body to the goal line. He's done it through. I think he has. The umpire's going to come in and confirm it is a goal. Beautiful. And it's the Zambrero goal at a contender by the big man, Dylan Lopez.
Absolutely. That is just a superb finish by the big fella on the opposite foot too. And he was sort of running away from the goals too. So he wasn't really set up well to kick that. But that is a superb finish by Dylan Lopez.
And breaks the deadlock there at the 15-minute mark of the second quarter. Traralgon now 5-3-33, leading Sale 4-3-27. The Murray Racing Club scored, and the reason they don't polish their boots, they can't find tangerine shoe polish.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true. Although there is that beautiful thing called dubbing. Yep. Used to put a nice shine on it, didn't it? Yeah. All right, ball back in the centre of Terry Hunter Oval, and we've played 15 minutes, second quarter. Only a goal the difference in a game that's been pretty hot. As Sale try to clear the area again. Lang pirouettes, feeds it off to the ruckman. Leslie, he's been good to kick around the body. And he finds a teammate he can't. Good pressure from Wack. Makes it a 50-50 contest. There's some hard hits in low, and Wilton comes in low to keep the ball in the area. A quick work by Jacobson to Wack. The ball's going to bounce up and over, and Des. And I speak of Derek Eglamesi-Smith, who takes the ball and comes grandstand side. Taitch, a nice little kick from behind play.
Little back heel.
A little bit soccer-like. Kept the ball to his advantage, but a free kick's going to go the way of Will Leslie.
Yeah,
Centre wing, grandstand side.
Sorry, mate. Ambler and Leslie just had a little bit of a tussle, so I think he just clipped him high.
So Leslie got it to Tainch. Now gives a handball to Egmalesi-Smith. The left foot comes back inboard over the top of Jones's hands, but a chopping the arm. Beast, you got one for us down there?
Oh, I'm just looking, mate. I can't quite see.
It looks as though it might be McLaren.
Jack McLaren.
Is it Whitford, is it?
I think it might be Whitford.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye. I'll let you know.
All right. So in the meantime, free kick will go to Jones. And Jones's right foot kick over the top of Lytton's head it goes. Campbell's down there, left it behind. Scolters, handballs backwards to a teammate, Membry. Sold some candy, got around one. And then just kicks a high one to the wing area. Coming across was Lopez. Spoiled there by Egmalesi-Smith. Johnson was there. Inboard to Jones, back to Egmalesi-Smith with a don't argue, then got ball to boot into a dangerous spot. Scolters goes back with a flight.
He's been good back there, Scolters, hasn't he?
Been very good this afternoon. And he's got some pace to play on and go to the outer side. He touches it down on the ground first and then gets it off the instep. It might be turned over. Cody Hennis swoops on it. Handballs out wide to a teammate who has a flying shot at goal. Byron gets there and it's going to be rushed over from Jacobson. And it goes through for a minor score.
5 points the difference with Sale now 4-4-28 on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Trailing Traralgon 5-3-33.
So Mitchum goes short. In fact, Membry goes short. Got excited there. It was Membry to McMahon, who took a mark 30 metres from Sale's goals. Grandstand side. And our kick's not great. More height than distance, and Hamilton provides a contest. Nicely done by Will Leslie. Thumps it forward, but not to the advantage of a teammate. Willerton held without the ball. Play on it is the call. Quick kick around the body by Tainch. Picked up nicely, but nowhere to move. The dropping the ball decision was paid quickly, and McMahon, after receiving the handball, kicks towards Hamilton. The ball punched towards the boundary, and Holmes tries to keep it in and can't, but it was nice work by Jake Hutchins just a moment ago.
Can confirm that was Nathan Whitford who's gone off. I'll let you know when I see him come back on.
All right, so the ball to be thrown back in. Sale into attack, half-forward flank, left to half-forward flank. Willerton came through, overrang it. Holmes taken off the ball just as he kicked, which opened up the door for a teammate, and that's Cade Reuters, who kicks to the advantage. And we got a race. Pace absolutely crucial. It's McMahon v Byron. McMahon wins by... well, a little bit more than a photo finish, and then kicks and threatens the forward 50. Now he just needs to find Cunico. He does. McKenna, nicely done. It worked out beautifully. Tell you what, he presents himself nice, McKenna, uses his body well. He's only 3 or 4 takes that have slipped through the fingers. I've been really, really good today, but he needs to goal for the second time today, right now.
Plenty of experience. I mean, he's not overly big in the body, but he is quite tall. So he has been able to get himself in front of his opponent, which is, and obviously delivery as well is made it big for him.
So Dan McKenna will kick from 25 metres. The boundary just metres to his left. It needs to be pretty pinpoint perfect. And guess what?
Yep, beautiful.
It's the Triple P show. Pinpoint perfect for Dan McKenna. Another goal for the home side.
That's an 11-point lead to Traralgon. We've played 19 and a half minutes of the second quarter. The Maroons are now 6-3-39, leading Sale 4-4-28, and that's on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard.
Let's just get some quick around the ground scores while we're there for Harvey Norman Furniture. Beast, what have you got?
Just read my one, mate. I was just loading it. 3-1-19. Maul have taken a 1-point lead over Lean Gather, 2-6-18. Moe have got a 6-point lead over... Druin have got a 6-point lead over Moe. Mafra 3-4-22 to Wonthaggi 6-3-39. So Mafra coming back a little bit there. And up at Bairnsdale, 6-6-42. Bairnsdale to Warrigal 2-5-17.
Beautiful, thanks very much. Beast back to the middle here at Terry Hunter Oval. Leslie with 2 taps and the clearance with a kick towards the top of the 50. Skolter's got the front spot on Johnson. He socketed off his shin. It goes backwards in the end. Tripodi gives a handball back to McMahon. McMahon's kick going to miss the target. Leslie tried to take the chest mark. Got ball to boot just. Back to McMahon though, and his little check kick to Ambler was good. And Connor Ambler across half back. Wants to go inboard, nothing there for him. Still looking, eventually he still goes in that direction to Big Jacobson on the wing. Can't complete the mark, kick around the body there from McLaren. Back with a flight, nicely done was from Jones. He wants to wheel and go. He's got Hennis and he's got Descent. In the end he chooses Hennis. It's 1-on-1, fight for it now. It's Hudson Holmes in the end with a brute strength. Shoved his opponent off, took a one-hander. And Hudson Holmes will have a shot on goal.
That's perfect body work. He just read the fall of the ball perfectly. Remind me a little bit about myself, Daryl. I took some nice one-handers like that back in my time, but I reckon just watching this matchup with Dunbar and Jack Johnson, I feel like Jack Johnson's starting to get a little bit frustrated with Hugh Dunbar.
All right, so in comes Hudson Holmes. Not much of an angle, likes it off the boot, puts it through. It's a good response, and it's a quick one from the Magpies.
21 minutes played of the second quarter, and it's a 5-point difference on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Traralgon 6-3-39, now Sale up to 5-4-34.
They probably want Johnson higher up the ground, and no doubt he'll want to stay higher up the ground and give Sale something to go to, but I just feel like that last bit of play, he got a little bit frustrated. Hugh Dunbar got in front of him, went to run off.
Is it Skolter? Sorry, B?
Sorry, it's Skolter. Sorry, my apologies. So I think it's probably nearly time to maybe get Jack Johnson, get him a little bit deeper because he's got a lot more body on Skolter's, and try and just nullify that run.
So the ball thrown back up, I think. Jacobson got it to tap. It certainly went Traralgon's way. Free kick will go Sale's way. Des, left leg, usually a good user of the ball. Johnson had an opportunity. The ball nearly got him in the mouth, but he was good enough to at least provide a contest, and now he'll see it over the boundary line, and he does. So it was nice play by Derek Egg-Malessi-Smith. His left leg was a bullet and hit Jack Johnson very quickly. He had no time to react, so we forgive him not taking the mark. It would have been a beauty. As Sale inside the forward 50 yet again. Traralgon clear the area, but only momentarily. Gee, I thought it went out. The umpire will now have to call it out. As Lucas Tripodi grabbed the ball, but it was over the boundary line.
Do we feel like either team have actually really adjusted to the conditions? Because it's still raining. I can see it's still raining now. Yeah. It hasn't stopped the whole game, actually.
No, it hasn't. We've had 11 goals kicked, so... And just a little bit slippery conditions. That's a good chain of handball, though, from Willerton to D'Angelo, who just barreled it towards the top of the 50. Inside it now goes. Getting back with the flight there was Freeman to run onto it and then kick around his body, but it might come back. Marsh has had a good afternoon. If he can keep it in the field of play, he can't. And we'll have a boundary throw in.
I reckon I've seen more torpedoes kicked today than I have in a fair while of football. I reckon there's been at least half a dozen.
And there's a couple in the twos as well.
Yeah, so...
On a day like today, it's not the worst kick.
Bring back the talk.
Yeah. It's sort of just been... I think the old adage was have a go at them. If they come off, then continue, but if they don't, put them away for the day. And at this stage, most of them are coming off. And this one might come off for Traralgon. No, nicely done. McGuinness clears the area. Doesn't clear the 50, though. Traralgon deep into attack, and they're still applying some pressure. If they can just get a clear handle on the ball, they can't. And the fight continues. 35 metres from Traralgon's goals and just a metre from the boundary in front of the deck at Traralgon on Terry Hunter Oval. It's 24 minutes gone of the second quarter. Traralgon 6, 3:39 and Sailor 5-4-34.
Big moment all thanks to the Moore Bowling Club this afternoon. McLaren from the stoppage, kicks around his body. Does it land on the chest of McDonald? Couldn't complete the mark. D'Angelo gives it to Cunico. Inboard it goes. It's not going to get there. Freeman takes the intercept mark for the Magpies.
Had the numbers around that too, Sale.
Slows things up. Comes back to the near side. Holmes might be the target. Out the back there was McDonald. Can he get it going forward? Whack though. Slaps it back the other way for the Maroons. Hamilton took on the tackler. Lost the footy. And now McDonald squeezed a handball backwards. Leslie became the tackler on Tripodi. Just lifted him up off the ground.
I reckon he had him off the ground 6 inches for about 10 seconds then.
He was just letting him know that the pizza from his home country tasted beautiful during his mid-season break. As Hennis wins it in the end from a Lang handball, kicks it along the line, stays in the field of play only momentarily. And 25 minutes have passed. The margin is 5 points. It's Traralgon leading it. They led by 13 at quarter time. Sale have kicked 3 goals to 2 in the quarter. This is Rob Popplestone on TRFM for Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
All right, the boundary throw-in wasn't great, but you forgive the boundary umpire like you forgive the players. The conditions are slippery, and every so often you're going to make a mistake. The young fella, otherwise doing a great job today, takes his time, and take 2 is a beauty. Out the back, Leslie gets a tap forward, but nicely done by Lucas Tripodi. Feeds it off. Cunico, left leg. Better than the last one. Provides a contest. Nicely marked. Good work, Ambler. On the arc, the kick. Sloppy again. And only gathers 10 metres along the ground before it's picked up by Hennis. His kick doesn't find a target. Now they go forward to the Maroons and they do it through Dunbar. Out the back it goes. Blair Roscoe, second chance. Taken without the ball. The umpire says play on. And now Hamilton, a quick kick. Nicely done. And McKenna. It's either a push in the back, a mark. Give me something. Give me something.
He has to pay a push in the back, surely.
What's going on?
I think it's a goal.
Give me a goal! It's a goal! Dylan LaPraise does it again. He's leading. He's coming second. And he's going to be coming third soon in the Zambrero goal of the day.
Taking it to 7-3-45, Traralgon on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. An 11-point lead over Sale, 5-4-34 at the 26.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
I actually didn't even see him kick that goal. I was too worried about the massive push in the back, right in the goal square that was not going to be paid.
I have to admit, I was the same. If it wasn't for Scud pointing to the player in number 26, I wouldn't have known myself.
Well, Lopez did get on the end of it. Jacobson tapped it down. Can they go again, the Maroons? Free kick, though, to Lang. Didn't have the footy against Dunbar. He's wore him like a glove this afternoon. There's Lang right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval. Looks up. Brad Descent will be the target. Can't get there, though. It's a shallow kick, and Whack takes the chest mark. Plays on quickly. Kick comes off the side of the boot. It's going to land in the hands of Freeman at halfback for the Magpies. Gets called to play on quickly. Inboard they go. Johnston's there. Takes the mark in front of his eyes. Rolls around onto the right. Goes out wide to some open space and says out there to Butcher, go and get it. Marsh, though, comes into close for the Maroons. A good one-on-one contest. They go to ground and we'll have a stoppage top of the 50. Margin sits at 11 now for the Maroons. Late into the second quarter for the Moe Racing Club.
It's so late in this game, mate. I just see Jared Freeman's just dropped back. He's going to play spare by the looks of this for this little bit of the quarter.
So Sale inside forward 50. We had 6 goals in the first quarter, 4 of which were to Traralgon. 6 goals in this quarter, 3 of which are to each side. So the game's evened up marginally, although Traralgon still lead the way by 11 points. So the ball's thrown up. Nicely done by the big man in Jack Leslie. It's quick kick, clears the 50. Good pressure from Traralgon. Pushes the ball 30 metres out. Freeman tries to find a teammate behind play. Sale player down. That's Hudson Holmes. He needs to get up. He's been one of their best as they go forward through Marsh. And now D'Angelo. He runs 20. He goes in forward barrel. 50. Another barrel kick. Didn't come off on this occasion. And Blair Roscoe, unfortunately, given that the ball was tumbling in his direction, made of the hard in slippery conditions, pressure, wet, you name it, With only inches before the boundary, he had nowhere to go except to see the ball over the line. 20 metres from Traralgon's goals.
I think a drop punt would have been far more effective.
100%. You're right.
Yeah,
100%.
more distance. It's just come off the boot really badly, that one.
Especially going inside forward 50 to a couple of... there was 2 one-on-ones in there as well.
I just wonder whether that's an instruction. Just get it inside forward 50 ugly.
And now maybe from the stoppage pop, you think?
Yeah, maybe. So here we go. Holmes is back up and getting another possession. And can he find a teammate? He can't, but he's cleared the area. And that's the first step in getting what they need, and that's the ball further from Traralgon's goals before it spills over the boundary line. So 65 metres from Traralgon's goals. They're kicking to the right of radio. They're leading by 11 points, and we've played 29 minutes of the second quarter.
For Carper Country, Daniel Hutchison, the breeze has just picked up a little bit, Beast.
Well, I was looking at the flags, and the flags are that wet that they can't get off the poles, but the trees across the ground are definitely moving down towards the scoreboard end.
Let's hope it blows away this persistent rain that's dropping on us at the moment as the Egmalessi Smith kick around the body. Butcher went to claim the mark. The umpire said it was touched, and now we're going to have a boundary throw in. So rain has been upon us all for this first half.
Do you think Des is playing on ball?
I still think he's across that half back line, Paul, just off the back of the stoppage at the moment.
He's got Willerton by his side, I think, by the looks of it.
Front spot there was Jacobson, but we'll do this one again. Wind playing a little bit of havoc on the outer side with the boundary umpire now.
I'd much probably, as a player, I'd much rather this little bit of rain than the wind to pick up.
Yeah, 100%.
As a commentator, don't care.
No, you're right. Wind messes your hair up too.
For some.
Yeah.
Kick out of that stoppage there was from Holmes, although D'Angelo got a high tackle from McLaren. The umpire said he ducked his shoulder. Come the other way was Thomas. Gives a handball off to where Egmalessi Smith is. His handball's neat. Out wide to Jack Leslie. Kick towards the top of the 50 it goes. Membry read it better. Couldn't complete the mark, and Brad Desmond will thump it over for a boundary throw-in on the outer side.
It's been solid, Mitch Membry. He just goes about his job, doesn't he? He just sort of bit of a rock down there for Traralgon, particularly with Ty Hourigan going out.
Yep, absolutely. I think with the Egmalessi Smith one, Paul, you'll find that even as a backman, he'll just roll up to the contest. They're really pressing high, the defence of the Magpies. So it looks like he's around this stoppage, which he is. But he's certainly one of those half-backers at the moment, because as you look at it now with the stoppage at top of the 50, there's only 3 Sale players in the centre square and forward 50 for the Magpies, and Traralgon match them. As the siren sounds, 31 and a quarter minutes it went. And Traralgon, well, they led by 13 at the quarter-time break, and now at half-time they lead by 11. As Poppy said a few moments ago, it was 3 goals each. Sale 5-4-34. They trail the Traralgon Maroons on their home deck. 7-3, 45 at halftime. We've got the halftime wrap coming up after the break. All the scores from around the grounds and from the AFL as well. And we'll touch on the key stat winners from that first half of football. It is Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Thank you.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 14. Number 1 sees this big bomb from Tom Smith from Morwell. Just was patient from 48. Gives it a roost and finishes it. And at number 2, it's Jack Blair here from Wonthaggi with a great pickup and even better snap to split the middle. A wonderful goal. Number 3, Jordan Shields here from Moe. He gets the hand pass, bang! Goes with a big snap at the top of the pack, putting it through the middle.
Welcome to senior football. You don't mind. Wow, what a great spot. What a great feeling for the young fella as well. So young Jordan Shields kicks his foot.
Number 4 here, Jackson Huston from Druin. Tied in the pocket. Oh, ho, ho, that was just class.
Oh, absolutely perfect timing. Coming out of the break, it is half-time. The third quarter for McDonald's is about to get underway. Traralgon leader by 11 points at the moment. Goal umpires just getting to their post. The players were all ready to go. Umpires took a little bit longer to get there. And rain continues to fall here at Terry Hunter Oval as both sides are ready. Umpire now starts us for the third quarter. An all-important clash here. Traralgon leader by 11. Leslie, though, taps it down as he's done all afternoon. D'Angelo there hustles after it. Somehow tried to sock it off the guy in the ground, and then Dunbar did the same thing. Willerton was low. Handball towards Hamilton, left it behind. And now big Leslie, that's Jack, had a socker. Didn't go too far. Butcher becomes the tackler, and we'll have a ball up.
I reckon the two big forwards for Traralgon have just said, all you boys get right up out of the way. LaPrez and McKenna are just holding the fort down there.
Jacobson tapped it down. D'Angelo got crunched in a tackle again. Play onto the umpire. Lang stood up, then got ball to boot. It's right in that slippery cricket wicket. Sculters has been great this afternoon. Out towards McMahon. And now Hennis will come and meet it for the Magpies. He can gather it and handle to a teammate in Lang. He put his body on the line. Great work by Cade Marsh, though. And now Tom McMahon will kick around his body. Can he keep it in the field of play? No. It landed in the spoon drain, which is full of water. Out of bounds on the full. McGuinness to take the kick.
This is going to become a street fight. I can see it coming.
Yeah.
The conditions are getting worse as the afternoon rolls on. Sail towards the outer side of the ground. Kick to the outer side wing contest. He's heavy out there. Heavy numbers. Lang, can he get control? He can. Can he get a kick? He does. And now goes towards the half-forward flank. Nicely taken in by Hennis. Can't get a clean possession away.
Speaking of street fight, did I hear correctly you've called out Jack Johnson?
Oh, yes, he did.
I want to run with that.
Yes, he did. We might get him up afterwards if they win.
Let's not go there at the moment, but I'll let you know the venue in 2 weeks' time. As Lang kicks from 65 and inside the forward 50, they go. Good use of the body by the big man for sale, Brad Descent, but he couldn't get the ball in. And Traralgon, through weight of numbers, just edged the ball outside their defensive 50, but not for long. Quick kick forward by Leslie, and a good opportunity went begging there for Sale. And again, Traralgon clear the area. They're standing tall as they have in the first half as the ball goes towards Dylan LaPrez, but he's taken over the boundary. Ball and all at the half-back flank for Traralgon. So Sale still into attack. They're trailing by 11 points, and we're in the early minutes of the third quarter.
Boundary throw in. Might get recalled. It does. That was a good throw in, I thought. Just a little bit skew-iff to the left, but good length on that one. We haven't had too many Zambrero goals of the day this afternoon.
Oh, LaPrez has got a couple.
LaPrez does have a couple, yep. He's turned up the heat with a new spicy range. A quick stoppage kick there from the Maroons. They get it to the wing area, although Sala got some numbers out there, and McLaren just kicks it high towards half forward in a one-on-one. Out there was Johnson and Sculters. It's been a great battle all afternoon. And now Sculters will get the free kick. I think it ricocheted off someone's boot and went out of bounds on the full. And we spoke about how Joel Sculters has had big jobs since Ty Hourigan's been out of this side, and he's got another one this afternoon. He certainly, I think, had the better at the moment of the coach there in Johnson. His kick, though, on that occasion lands in the hands of Cody Hennis.
So Hennis from the outer side of the ground. The odds for the Jack Johnson-Rob Popplestone fight. Johnson, 40 to 1 on. Popplestone, 100 to 1.
I'm going to take the 100 to 1 if he doesn't turn up, though.
Just check the odds on Popplestone going to the canvas without even a punch being thrown.
I thought your boxing name was the Invisible Man.
No, it's going to be called Canvasback. As Traralgon through Membry, and now McMahon. They'll come grandstand side. Good use of the ball at this stage. And it falls in the arms of Thomas McMahon. So from one Mac to the other, and the triple play through the Max goes short. Did he pull it in, Jacob Cunico? The umpire says yes.
I don't think so.
No, Jack Hutchins wasn't too happy with it. Play on's the call. What's going on here?
He's in strife now.
He's in trouble. Oh, handball to himself and got out of trouble. McMahon taken high, no? Yes. Well, that was like watching Three Stooges play AFL footy just for a moment. But McMahon now has the ball. Half-back flank, grandstand side. 4 minutes gone. Well, I said it was going to be a street fight. It turned into comedy capers as McMahon's kick was taken by Freeman ever so easily. at the front of the pack, and that's where you should be in these sort of conditions. As Freeman sends it back to whence it came, around about the forward 50. Out the back it goes, and Traralgon have got the numbers. McMahon, one of those numbers for Traralgon, towards Hamilton. Hard to get your handle on it in these conditions. We'll keep on saying it because it keeps on getting worse with this rain keeping on tumbling down. A kick off the ground by Big Leslie goes inside forward 50, but Scolders, as he's done for most of the day, picks up the ball, and the umpire says, "You dropped it, my friend," and they'll go forward. They'll do it through Will Leslie. Leads on, and Taints nearly took the mark. They get a second chance at it. Can they kick for goal? They can, but under pressure, it's out of play in the full. Shannon Lang's kick not on target for one of the rare occasions.
Don't mind that from Scolters, though. He's taken it on. He's got a bit of confidence. He's taken it on. Look, he hasn't come off for him, but he just needs to keep taking it on because he's playing exceptionally well.
You know who he reminds me a little bit of? Will Leslie when he plays back.
Yes.
Takes it and then just takes off. Although Membry had the kick out of bounds on the full, went to the far side, and there was another boundary throw in. 5.5 minutes into this third quarter for McDonald's. Make it McSmart with a new McSmart meal from Macca's for $6.95. That's change. Unless you're Nick Lucchino, you might be $6 short. Boundary throw in. D'Angelo out the back, runs onto this one, goes to half forward. They got one on if they can get it in there. Sale have made a change. Can they get the advantage? Willardon's going to... No, they're going to bring it back. So Sale made a change off the bench, which means...
I wouldn't be running off there. He's still an option there.
Absolutely. Free kick in the middle there goes to Hamilton. He gets underneath this one. A big pack will form. McKenna's taken the long sleeves off. Can't complete the mark. It was his own player that got D'Angelo. The kick lands in the laps of Jones. And that's Ben Jones for the Magpies, right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval. Doesn't know which way to go. Left, right. Eventually comes back out to the right. Can't complete the mark. There was McDonald. Hamilton scoops on it. He's got a number inboard in Reuters. Finds him by foot. Oh, no, he doesn't because he dropped the mark. Twist. Goes back by hand at the toes of Hamilton. Good pickup. Under pressure. Somehow got ball to boot, but then it's going to come back. McLaren's going to go to half forward.
And he does. He finds big Jack Leslie. Turns and then, like the Titanic, took a bit of time to turn, but the kick was perfect. And Cody Ennis, I thought, could have run into goal, but he chose to compose himself from 25 metres out in a 45-degree angle with Cooper Brown on the mark. A good play by Jack Leslie.
Gee, Beast, you're not a fan of ruckman, but that was good.
Well, no, that was good. I'll say to him because he's got a bit of size about him actually, and he can move too. So,
well, he'll be on the undercard fighting the beach.
I didn't say that.
Now here we go. We got a Cody Hennis kicking from 25 metres out. Angle shouldn't be a problem. Distance shouldn't be a problem. And accuracy is not a problem. Sale continue their surge forward.
It's taken 7 minutes for the first score of the third quarter to come, and we are on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard this quarter. Sale now 6-4-40, just 5 points behind Traralgon, who are 7-3-45.
So Sale have kicked the first goal of every quarter to date, but Traralgon, after that, have managed to outscore. So they've been pretty good. They've been pretty good. But now the pressure's back on Traralgon to maintain that lead, which is only marginal. It's a one-kick lead of 5 points.
Well, it was good to finally see something happen because that was about 7 minutes of this quarter.
Yeah, horrible.
Just played ping-pong between the two sides. So good to see them both, good to see Sale finally come up with something.
During that 7 minutes, we've spoken about the undercard. We'll get Paul Carter's fight in a moment. As in the middle, Dunbar, well, he went to kick it and then just dropped it in the end. So socket off the ground there from Lang. Working hard back the other direction was Dunbar again, but Lang just busy work. He's always busy around the footy. High kick, though, lands in the lap of Wack. And he's going to switch it towards Cunico. That's Jordan. Can mark, and he's got a runner out the outer side. It's Marsh. Does it find him in stride? Not quite. Lets it bounce, comes back to him. Marsh's kick in front of Lopez will be a long way in front of Lopez. And McGuinness will see it go over for the boundary throw-in.
I agree with Beast's observation too. When Traralgon do move the ball quickly, they do it more impressively than Sale, don't they? They move it very quickly. They seem to have a game style that, you know, if these conditions weren't there, might be a bit more damaging.
Kick to advantage, isn't it?
Yeah. I like it. Half forward flank is where they are at the moment. They've got the ball, or have they? A quick kick from Jacobson goes out of play in the full. So after that wrap, the big man has kicked us directly out of play on the full.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe what position he plays. But anyway, we won't go there. I'm thinking too, Carter v. Lucchino. And I'm almost putting my money on Carter because the other one probably won't turn up, as he usually doesn't.
Well, the other one might be backing Carter in a...
Oh, yes. A bit of a fix.
The fix is on. Fix is on.
If you got to pay to get in, Boxer's not getting in. The kick from the outer side. And as you can understand, it's gone 9 minutes into this third quarter. Haven't reached great heights, to say the least. I'm not going anywhere near the boxing ring. We've got these other three roosters in there, but I'm just going to sit back and watch.
No, you'll be
I'll
fine.
be the announcer.
You'll be carrying the numbers for the rounds.
In a bikini.
Yes.
Well, Sale are going to go forward again. A little quick kick to the hands of Campbell. He had 2 bites at that inside forward 50. Couldn't complete it. Has to go again and fight hard to wait for his troops to arrive. Traralgon have got some big numbers around this, and they'll win this out. And through Ambler in the end. Kick around the body. Sale set up well behind the footy. McGuinness was there, and also Holmes. Holmes' shallow little kick. Great little pick up there from Lang. Inboard handball to McLaren. Can he find Leslie Smith? Only just. His kick was smothered. It ricochets out the outer side. Now Traralgon have got some numbers through run, and D'Angelo barrels it towards the wing area. It's really open forward line. I mean open because no one's in there. The ball's on centre wing though. Lopez with a kick around his body. Top of the 50. There's no one inside the forward 50. Socket off the ground by Hamilton. Now they close. Tripodi sockers it. He got too much onto it. And it goes through for a minor score 10 minutes in.
Well adjusted too, because that was all they had on option, Traralgon, was to just get the ball forward, kick it along the ground. It was really good that no one actually tried to pick the ball up and gain possession. They just kept scrumming it forward.
Just one goal of difference at the 11-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard at 6-4 Sale, 7-4 Traralgon.
So Tainch has the ball as a result of that kick in. Deep in the left forward pocket for Traralgon. Comes grandstand side. Leslie, front of the pack, falls in the arms of Jacobson that grabs and then tries to handball. He can't. Lang dances around, pirouettes, handball over the top. Good vision to the skipper in Johnston. Dispossessed, unlucky. Scalders, no, gave it back to D'Angelo. Left half forward flank. D'Angelo plays on quickly. Can he find a winner? He can't. McKenna, who swapped the long for a short sleeves, and now it's picked up by Hudson Holmes again. He's been steady all day long, as now Cooper Brown takes the ball, gives it back to D'Angelo. A kick inside forward 50. Gee whiz, Holmes, nice mark these conditions, and then kick short. His kick wasn't great. Jacobson came in, who laid the tackle as a couple of Traralgon players grabbed the ball. This is going to be one ugly today.
Yep.
Really bloody ugly. As the scores are Traralgon 7-4, Sale 6-4, 12 minutes gone, third quarter. And it's not about skills today.
Yeah, low scoring though, Pop. It keeps it exciting. It keeps it tight.
Free kick's going to go Sale's way.
12 minutes into the third quarter for McDonald's. The new steakhouse stack at McDonald's. Lang didn't want to get the footy. He looked for the 50.
Ninth disposal this quarter for Lang, up to 27 halfway through.
Gee whiz. Lang's kick pierces one to the top of the 50. Will Leslie, free kick held by Wack. And Will Leslie has it. Too far out to score though. Jack Johnson presents. Brad Desson puts a shepherd on, looks for the leading target, Campbell.
The umpire told Leslie to go around. He did not move at all.
About 25 degrees off.
Yeah.
Leslie's kick to the top of the square. In the front spot, Scolters can't complete. Brad Desson around the body, puts it through. Zambrero goal at a contender. The big man became the rover. Goal umpire just going to make the decision. He says to the central umpire, I think it's a goal. And the central umpire says, we'll make the decision. He goes, all right. I'll get back to me post and I will. It's a Zambrero goal at a contender. Turn up the heat with a new spicy rain. Brad Desson gets his first.
And that's just that nice little kick right into about that 30-metre out. Good roving too by big Brad Descent, because he doesn't really look like a genuine rover of the footy. But yeah, superb finish.
And the scores are level. 13-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. We've got 7-4-46 apiece.
Just having a look at the midfield for Traralgon in this centre bounce. It doesn't look like Hugh Dunbar is even in there. So maybe they've let go that tag on Shannon Lane. Clearly with the amount of numbers he's had already this quarter. But he might be going head-to-head. Louis D'Angelo standing on him.
All right, ball thrown back up. Leslie again gets the tap, and D'Angelo tried to cut it off from Lang, but he was dispossessed, and so he has another go. But I reckon Lang might get on the end of it, or will he? No, he won't. Quick kick forward by Cunico. That's Jacob towards the bro. He can't take the mark, and now coming in was Jacobson, but the free kick will go Traralgon's way. It'll go the way of Jordan Cunico. Cousins, of course. Not that I knew that. I thought they were brothers. He kicks to within 30 metres of goals. I reckon McKenna's been infringed upon, and that is a costly mistake.
Yep. Be disappointed if they didn't pay that. That was clear from here. He had the arms straight over his shoulders. He actually impacted him quite a lot there.
And he didn't need to. Not in these conditions, you know. If McKenna can make him pay here, it's been a good day. He's got one in the first. He's got one in the second. He should nail this for the third.
Makes you worry as a defender, though. Those long arms of McKenna's and that, lanky sort of player he is.
So McKenna, if history is any indication, distance will not be a problem. It'll hit the back of the neck with force, but will it hit it with accuracy? Umpire skims to the left. And too far left it is, so it's a minor score, Paul Carter.
Which is the difference between the teams at the moment. 7-5-47 Traralgon, 7-4-46 Sale. That's McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, right on the 15-minute mark of the third quarter.
These moments that come back for the Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon, you've got to take every opportunity in conditions like this. Of course, the mysterious sixth tap. And this week, at the moment, it is the Bilson's Twister. The kick found McGuinness out of full back. And McGuinness just slows things up, waits for the big ruckman to get to the outer side, and then goes in that direction. Leslie will be in the front spot. Jacobson spoiled. It gets out the back. Marsh has been good. Wrapped up by Lang. Now they cover it up. Good tackle by Jordan Cunico.
Yes.
Just got blindsided there, did McDonald, and Cunico comes in board dangerously because Will Leslie comes in to pick it off. He's got a couple of Traralgon players to beat, and he did that. Johnson did well. Well, they've called Jack Johnson a throw.
Wow.
They get away with the one, the Maroons. And Tom McMahon, who works with our sponsor at Gippsland Isuzu Ute. He's in the sales department as well. If you're looking for one, go see Tommy. Ask for a discount. He might give you one. I'm not sure. Goes inside forward 50. Handballed out the back there was from Roscoe. And now Johnson, this time handball. Got smothered though. Scolters was there. Picks it up. Wrapped up in a Johnson tackle. Umpire said no opportunity. Ball it up.
So right half forward flank. Traralgon kicking to the left of Radio, the railway end. But Sale get the clearance. But Traralgon have got the numbers behind that clearance, and it's Cade Marsh that kicks and threatens 50. Spills just outside that area. Plenty of numbers. A quick kick forward from the pack. McKenna is beaten to the ball, and the ball's punched towards the boundary. LaPraise, that's Dylan, tries to keep the ball, and he can't.
Fairly lunging effort there. As I see the young boundary umpire's had a bit of a tumble. So she's fallen over in the mud. Poor girl.
Okay, though. All good.
She's all good.
Yeah, up and ready to go. Well done to all the umpires. I know Gippsland have struggled with getting numbers, and, you know, all appreciate it. It's a great job if you're interested in earning some part-time money, having a bit of fun and keeping fit. And these two kids here today are doing a great job as the ball comes in board. D'Angelo was taken high, was it?
Well, they've called that he ducked. He called that ducking the shoulder. They haven't paid that at all day.
So forward 50, Traralgon into attack. They're leading by a point, and we've played 17 minutes of this third quarter. Certainly hasn't been pretty footy as that's Derek Egmalesi Smith, kicks the ball off the ground and falls in the arms of Johnston, but it's McMahon, Thomas type, outer side of the ground. That will be awarded the kick, and he'll go inside forward 50 again. I tell you what, there's a chance here for a mark, and it's taken. Can't take the players at whack.
Tristan Wack,
who's gone forward. Haven't seen him inside forward 50 for all of the day from memory. It'll take something pretty special, but on his day, he can produce it. What's he going to do? He's going to go for it too, or kick to the top of the square. That's what he does. And it's a contest, top of the square. G's coming through quickly. Was a Traralgon player in Cade Reuters that tried to steal the ball but couldn't, and the umpire will ball up.
Do you feel like the structure of both teams is completely different? You were looking at the ground now. There is no one in the back half, in the front half for Sale, whereas Traralgon, generally a little bit more structure when they go forward.
Quick kick around the body there. And it was from, I think it was Cunico. That was Jacob variety. He missed everything and put it out of bounds on the full. But you're exactly right. Traralgon trying to stretch the ground, and Sale are happy to just roll up and get some numbers around the contest and try and win that area.
Well, up until that kick just went in, and a couple stepped out of the 50, there was 18 Sale players inside forward 50. Or in their defensive 50, I should say.
Exactly right. 18 and 3/4 minutes into this third quarter. The margin is a point. We've got a cracker on our hands. A shallow throw in. Umpire says let's do it again. Don't forget, three-quarter time we'll get some scores. This is turning out to be one of the craziest seasons on record for the Gippsland League, and no exception here today. There's some couple of close games happening around the league as well. Conditions are tough. Light rain has continued to fall here at Terry Hunter Oval, getting a little bit heavier now.
And you get the feeling, even though Gippsland League halfway through the season was the closest in Victoria,
Yep.
You get the feeling it's actually got closer.
Yeah, absolutely it has.
Yep.
So can anyone win it from this stoppage? It's Traralgon that goes forward through Ambler. The kick around the body got to the top of the 50. Egg Smith clean in these conditions. Handled over the top there. Holmes goes to ground. Now they fight for it at ground level. Jordan Cunigo was out there as well. Egg Smith shuffled it out towards a teammate in Hennis. He goes hard again, does Egg Smith. And now we've got a ball up just inside the field of play. Jack McLaren was one of the last to get up, as was Connor Ambler, as he expected. The rain gets a little bit heavier. 20 minutes gone.
Yeah, it is indeed. Thanks, Scott, as the ball's thumped forward. Traralgon have got a chance here. Inside forward 50 from the boundary. Nicely done. D'Angelo, top of the square. McKenna couldn't see the ball. And now Sale clear the area. And they've got some space. They just need to use their pace. Hurley. And then now it goes towards McDonald and Sale are under pressure now. Can they keep the ball in front? They can. Will Leslie. Under pressure, though. And whack comes in for Traralgon, lends a hand. They do it nicely. Reuters feeds it off. Cunico runs 10, kicks 50, 30 metres out. McKenna's going to provide the contest.
What a Freeman.
Cut off so nicely by Jared Freeman, who's been pretty steady since spending more time in defence than his normal spot around about half forward or full forward lines.
Absolutely. Come to the near side. Tainch has just come off the bench, but whacks in the front spot. Good contest there from McLaren. Cunico, that was Jacob, goes down, and now rushed over. Boundary throwing.
I know we've mentioned his name before, but he's playing that well. Why not continue to plug him? Huey Dunbar, that contest out on the wing when the ball came out and cleared for Sale, the Sale player running on it was about to kick that ball 50-odd metres along the ground, and he's just got his foot in there and completely stopped it. So
there is
I reckon
Dunbar.
that bit of play.
A forward handball now to D'Angelo. His kick, though, is errant off the side of the boot. Just skids through. And you're right, Dunbar with that clearance as well. Minor score, though.
Traralgon's just three behind this quarter, taking them to 7-6-48 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, 2 points ahead of Sale, who was 7-4-46.
Yeah, I can just... It is Whitford, sorry. He's walking off the ground. He's shaking his head. So his day may be done. I will keep an eye on that, but he's doesn't look too happy. He's walking back to the sheds.
So Dunbar, the player you made a mention of just a moment ago, sends the ball straight inside forward 50. Free kick goes Traralgon's way. Guess who it is? Go on, guess. It's Dylan LaPrade.
Is it? Yes, I thought.
Straight in front of goals. He's kicked 3. This could be his 4th, and this could be the difference. He's kicked 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and from point-blank range, this should be bread and butter, even in these tricky and slippery conditions. Dylan LaPrade, 10 metres out, maybe 15. Sliders to Bangles, off the boot. Thank you very much. He's happy. He's lifting this side across the line. There's a way to go, but he's got them going.
And I do apologise to the Dunbar and Sculptors families. That was young Sculptors I was trying to get out here before on the wing too. Not Huey Dunbar, but they were both involved, both young players involved in that bit of play.
8-point lead to Traralgon at the 22-minute mark of the third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Maroons at 8-6-54, leading Sale 7-4-46.
Sorry, mate, talk about potential upsets of the round, maybe. Maul have taken a 6-3-39 to 3-10-28 lead over Lee Gaffer.
Gee whiz. Just while that was happening too, Hudson Holmes had just gone down into the rooms to get something checked out as well, limping on one leg. So keep an eye on that one because he's a prolific winner of the football for this Magpie side.
One of the better players today, for sure.
Yeah, what's he had?
23.
Yeah, he's been good down back when he's sort of gone back there as well. He's been good in the middle. We've got a secondary stoppage here as they go at it, the two ruckmen. They cuddle each other. Jacobson tapped it down to not a teammate. Now D'Angelo has to work hard. He's wrapped up quickly from McLaren. And we'll have a third stoppage right in the middle of Terry Hunter Oval.
So they've lost Whitford. You couple that up with Holmes and you've got big problems.
Yep. I won't say he's out just yet though, Pop.
No.
Ambler off the back there. Couldn't win it, but he tapped it forward to a teammate in D'Angelo, slipped over. They just tapped it to each other there in the end. Here's Sculters, got around easily in the end. He's twisting and turning, barrels one, gets it out of his defensive area. Out the back, doesn't quite get there. McGuinness did well to keep it in the front because that's where the Sale numbers were. Egg Smith over the top handball. Tried to find Freeman. Knock on wasn't too bad for the Magpies, but they got numbers over the Maroons, and it's Willerton. Kicks to the top of the 50. Hamilton went with a chest mark, couldn't complete it. At ground level there was D'Angelo. He slapped it forward. Wax there as well. The Sale numbers come in and now cause a stoppage. The umpire's going to let it go just a fraction, but now he blows his whistle.
All of a sudden, Traralgon are starting to get busy around those 50-50 balls, aren't they? Like they're starting to win them, and it's making a difference as they've sort of been pressuring the last 5 or 6 minutes inside their forward 50. Need to get reward for effort. They've got a margin of 8 points. They need more than that. There's still a lot of life in this game as the quick kick forward from Leslie goes towards the half-forward flank. Membry gets the kick, but a free kick behind play goes Traralgon's way, and it goes the way of Cade Marsh.
And they're getting on top around the stoppage too, Traralgon, which is clear to me. I mean, they're getting their hands on the footy. They're nice and slick. All but the weather's nice and slippery out there, but they are getting their hands on it, and they're actually quite clean when they get the footy and deliver inside 50.
I was talking to the old man of Marsh today on the way in. He was a bit disappointed in the way they played against Wonthaggi, so he'd like what he's seen today, but the 11-point loss last week needs to be responded to today, and at the moment they're on the right side of what is a close match between two top 5 sides. And the premiership points all important given the closeness of the competition below Lee and Gather, who you heard from Beast are also under pressure from Morwell. So things can turn on a dime, and I tell you what, there's some close results you won't believe between Druin and Moe.
Maffra,
Wonthaggi, and right here, Sale and Traralgon.
Every game.
Yeah.
Every game. As expected in the Gippsland League. We're going to ball up on the boundary throw-in, the outer side. 25 minutes gone. Running onto it was Hennis. Little kick didn't go too far. D'Angelo's worked hard this afternoon. What's his stats though, Paul? D'Angelo's
He's had 9 this quarter for 19.
Yeah, they've it's not bad for a D'Angelo sort of game, but he's been around every contest. It's the little stuff that doesn't go on the stat sheet. He's been busy and he's worked hard for them, but on this occasion, this man has been very good. Shannon Lang for the Magpies. He points towards Brad Descent in a one-on-one. Going back was Scolters. He got a hand on it and caused the intercept. Though roving it nicely, Will Leslie under pressure though. Just got tackled in the nick of time. Scoots through for a...
Could be out in the full, is it? Or
boundary.
not?
It looked on the full. It looked like it passed the point post from our position, but we are
I think the central umpire thought it went through for a point, and the goal umpire thought it went through out of play in the full.
And the goal umpire will win out on this occasion. Well called there, Pop and Beast. And we've got an out of bounds on the full. So McMahon has it. He goes back to that outer side. Wouldn't mind coming to the near side. Leslie with a big spoil. Top of the 50 it is for the Magpies. Johnson's there. Squeezed a handball out the back. Freeman with a quick kick to open space. Can they get onto this? Jacobson goes back into it. Can't complete the mark. Ball now in dispute. And Scolters is there. And he's wrapped up. We'll have a ball up. Poppy.
So 45 metres from Sale's goals. They trail by 8 points. We've played 27 minutes, if you don't mind. We haven't seen a lot of goals, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of time on. The time will tell, won't it? As Traralgon try to clear the area, they can't. Continuing to apply the pressure is McLaren, whose left foot kick spills 10 metres from goals, and Traralgon have got the numbers at ground level. A kick off the ground gains all of 50 metres, and they'll do it again. Hamilton does it again. Gains another 30 metres. Another kick off the ground, gains another 40 metres. No one's touched the balls with hands, and it's gone 150 metres. Half-forward flank, siren gone. Wow. It wasn't pretty, it was effective, and that's pretty much how this game's been played right the way through the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, you called it, Pop. Only 27 minutes that quarter. We only had the 3 goals kicked. It was 2 to Sale, 1 to Traralgon, and the margin closes to that 8-point margin at 3-quarter time. It's Traralgon still leading, though, 8-6-54. And Sale, a 7-4-46, the third quarter for McDonald's. It was a good one. We got 1 to go. Hudson Holmes back out there for the Magpies. It looks like a 3-quarter time break coming up, and then the final quarter for Gippsland Live. It's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
It's the Gippsland League top 5 for round 14. Number 1 sees this big bomb from Tom Smith from Morwell. Just was patient from 48. Gives it a roost and finishes it. And at number 2, it's Jack Blair here from Wonthaggi with a great pickup and even better snap to split the middle. A wonderful goal. Number 3, Jordan Shields here from Moe. He gets the hand pass, bang! Goes with a big snap at the top of the pack, putting it through the middle.
Welcome to senior football.
You don't mind.
Wow, what a great spot. What a great feeling for the young fella as well. So young Jordan Shields kicks his...
Number 4 here, Jackson Huston from Druin. Tied in the pocket. Oh, ho, ho, that was just class.
And about to start it is. We're going away to a quick one and a quick clearance there for the Magpies. Land in the hands there of Byron. He somehow got a handball out. We'll get to some scores and stats in a moment because McLaren's twisting and turning in traffic. Got a left boot to it. Goes high to the top of the 50. Taint will fly over the back. Lands in the hands of Lang. Left foot kick around the body. Little trap there from Marshall's good, although Desson grabbed it and then put it through the middle. And to kick the opening goal inside 20 seconds of the final quarter. The margin's back to 2 points. Brad Desson's got another Zambrero contender.
Yeah, just quick from the stoppage. Straight inside 50. Shannon Lang sitting there on his own. Rove that ball quite well off to the big fella in Descent, and nice little finish.
And as Darryl said, 24 seconds, and we have a goal on the board, bringing the margin back to 2 points. Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, Sale 8-4-52, trailing Traralgon 8-6-54.
Poppy, I knew if the game didn't start straight away, what were you going to say about each of the quarters as they started?
Well, I was going to say that Sale have kicked the first goal in each of the first 3 quarters. Traralgon desperately need to get the first and the fourth.
What happened?
Sale got another one, so we've got a game on. There's no question. It's been on all day as Sale go forward again. They've spent some time in front, but not much. And they'd want to back that last goal up with another. At half forward flank, the umpire takes control. And there'll be a ball up.
We'll get to some scores very quickly for you for 3/4 time in a moment. And it was all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. Back here, here's Pop.
And from half-back flank, getting rid of it was Tainch, and a quick kick forward. Can it find a teammate at Kane? Lang over run it. Cunico to Ambler. Ambler a kick around the body, gains 15 metres, but every metre is valuable in these sort of slippery, wet conditions. Freeman taking ball and all, the umpire will take control.
Beast around the grounds for Harvey Norman.
Yeah, Leongatha Mall. It's Leongatha 3:10:28 to Mall 6:5:41.
Oops.
Up at Druin 3:6:24 to Druin to Moe 5:4:34. Over at Mafra, it's Mafra 5:6:36 to trailing Wonthagga, I should say, 8:7:55. And up at Bairnsdale, it's 8:13:61. Bairnsdale are currently up on Warrigal 3:8:26.
Traralgon at the moment, forward 50. Sorry, Scud got excited as Holmes tries to clear the area. Traralgon trying to respond, and they've done it each of the 3 quarters that we've played, and they're trying to do it again, and they'll need to. The margin just 2 points.
Well, as we look at it, the Traralgon have, Sale have won 2 of the quarters out of the 3, but they haven't been able to get in front. Traralgon are holding on. They still lead it by 2 at the moment. Ambler, kick around the body, goes out wide. Jackson McMahon takes the mark. In front of Byron, he pushes back, gets called to play on now. Goes in towards the pocket area. Freeman's going to stand underneath it. He stood tall, couldn't complete the mark. Halliburton was there for the Maroons. Ball in dispute. Sala got some numbers though. Freeman tries to shuffle it out. Halliburton wraps it up and will ball up 30 metres out.
Just as we're looking, Traralgon are obviously setting up quite a nice zone, and it's Skelters is actually playing spare too. So Jack Johnson must have floated up in around the stoppage there somewhere. So keep an eye out.
Back was Dunbar, shuffles it to the top of the square. Lopez picks it up, but he's got 2 Magpies on him.
So in these sort of conditions, 5 goals is a good day out. Dylan LaPraise is sitting on 4 at the moment. Ball just a metre or 2 from Traralgon's goals. Can this be their chance? Umpire will take control again, or will he? He will. There was a request for holding the ball.
McKenna had it pinned to him. He didn't have his hands on the ball.
No, you're right. Ball thrown up. Geez, pack of players just metres from goal spills over the boundary line. But you get the feeling that there's every chance this game could be decided by as much as a point, and that's another point Traralgon's way.
Get taken into 8:7:55 on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Just Sale 8:4:52.
Hudson Holmes is back out there, a slight little injury concern, and the kick was nice and neat. Found McLaren. Half-back flank for the Magpies, outer side of Terry Hunter Oval. They haven't travelled well this season, have the Magpies. I think since round 6, they haven't won away from home. And they're still trailing at the moment. It's only a 3-point margin, though. Ball on centre wing. Cunico with a kick around the body. Leslie will stand underneath this one at centre half back for the Magpies. Takes the mark and will relieve the pressure.
So we'll have to start thinking about better players, and usually the better player will come from the winning side, but which side's going to win at the moment? You can't pick it, and which player's going to be the best? Well, possibly Shannon Lang for Sale. But Hudson Holmes has been good. Jack Leslie's been good. For Traralgon, we've had a couple of standouts as well. We'll think about those and give you our thoughts in the next few minutes as they go forward again. Do Sale. They do it through Cody Hennis. Doesn't go far. Threatens forward 50, but doesn't find it and spills over the boundary line at about 55 metres out from Sale's goals. They're kicking to the left of radio. It's the scoreboard end of Terry Hunter Oval, and the margin is 3 points the home side's way. 2nd v 4th on the Gippsland League ladder. That's 2nd Traralgon, 4th Sale. So a hell of a lot riding on it.
Just as we're talking, Brad Dessert looks to me like he's dislocated his pinky finger. So I reckon he's just getting taken in now to get that put straight back in.
Well, all right, we'll hear it pop from here.
Yeah. For me, I'd be straight to hospital. That's been to me for the day. But Destin looks pretty comfortable. They need him out there. He hasn't had a lot, but he kicked a beautiful goal from memory and 2 goals in the last, 25 minutes or so. So he's been good. Ball now out of sight of the ground. Sort of a calm before the storm. And as he found himself back to the bench.
All good. Everything's back in, ready to go back out there. Strapped up and ready to go.
On 3, 1, 2, bang.
6 minutes into the final quarter. It's a 3-point margin. We've got a game on. Ball's on the outer wing. Jordan Cuny goes there. Try to pick it up in heavy traffic. Got one over the shoulder. And looks to be Dunbar. Right on the wing area for the Maroons.
He's been good too.
Yep. He looks up. Lopez presents. And he goes in that direction. Finds him on the chest. He's going to wheel and go. He actually gives a handle to whack. Top of the 50. Into McKenna! Takes the mark. He had a good piece of that directly in front. And had the open space. It was a good kick to the open space as well. McKenna's got 2 this afternoon.
I like the way LaPrace took off, backed himself.
Yep. And McKenna's still persisting with the drive where the marking style, but look, he had a good separation from his opponent. So
he's a long run up.
Yeah.
Man on the mark stands at 20. He's outside 50. He'll skip over the 50 now. He's still got 10 metres to go. Now gets on a bit of a gallop. 7-minute mark. He sprayed it off the right, and it goes through for a minor score.
4-point lead to Traralgon. We've played 7 minutes of the final quarter. The Maroons 8-8-56 leading Sale 8-4-52. Harvey Norman Computers.
And they must be hitting each other quite hard, because that's now Huey Dunbar for Traralgon come off with a split left eye. So just above his left eye there. Nice little gash.
Des brings the ball back into play. That's Derek Egg-Malesi-Smith. And there's got a contest centre of the ground. The contest is won by Hudson Holmes. Another possession for him. It's 1v1 around about the half-forward flank. It bounced over Lang's head just as he had some momentum, and Scholz cut it off. Jacobson, quick handball, falls in the arms of Reuters, who kicks to the left half-forward flank. I tell you what, the intensity's lifted a touch, because there's a whole lot on this game, and the game's there to be won as Traralgon fight hard to keep the ball in the area, and they do, just short of centre half forward.
Just sense it, don't you? Right now, everything's just lifted, and it's 8-minute mark. This will go down. Make a note. 8-minute mark of the final quarter is when the intensity lift. Who's going to be up for the challenge?
4 points. I think I might have called Traralgon by 4 points too.
All right.
Anyone thinking know what I'm talking about?
Got a long way to go, Beast.
Call it now.
Don't go the early crow. Free kick to Leslie at centre half back for the Magpies. This kick will go straight down the middle of the ground to centre half forward, and Cody Hennis will be the target. It gets to the back. Head over the footy back there. Nicely handball done. It was. And that was from Hurley. Gets it back. He's gone forward as Hurley goes to the Thomas direction. Taps it over his head. Little creative work. Taints goes to ground. It was Jones in the end. Now they have to fight for it. Reuters was there as well. Interesting, Zach Hurley's been moved from back to forward. Traditional backman.
Yeah, might just try and give him something, but there's definitely, at this stage of the game, no time for fancy stuff. Let's just get it forward.
Jacobson with a tap down to Reuters. Left it behind. Fresh area there was from Marsh. Head over it. Trying to run onto us, Campbell. Hudson Holmes came in heavy. And now Leslie being wrapped up from a whack tackle.
So 45 metres from Sale's goals. They trail by 4 points. Jacobson. He's up against Hurley. Quick kick forward from Sale. McMahon stops it and then tries to look for the boundary. Can't find it. Sale keep it in. Quick kick off the ground. Ping-pongs through a few players, but can't find a way through. And in the end of the day, they were happy to see the ball over the line. And Thomas McMahon was the first player there for Traralgon. They're 10 metres out from Sale's goals. 9 minutes, 45 seconds gone. Third and final quarter it is. Fourth and final quarter. Leslie gets the tap, top of the square. Lang went to kick off the ground, couldn't find the ball. Desperation in there. Can they keep it in? Fighting hard was Byron. He can't find a way clear. Leslie round the body. That's a contender. Without doubt. Jack Leslie's goal around the corner in these conditions have got his side over the line. And more importantly, he may have a $50 voucher.
And nothing fancy. Picked it up, kicked it, because he knew what was where the game was at. So he just picked it up, round the corner. Nice snap, nice finish.
And for the first time since the 15-minute mark of the first quarter, we have a lead to Sale. They lead by 2 points over Traralgon on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, 9-4-58 to Traralgon 8-8-56.
It lived up to be a great game, and it's nothing short of that. It's sensational at the moment. Albeit tough conditions, wet, slippery. Hopefully you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon, wherever it might be across Gippsland and the Valley. Maybe tucked up somewhere, tuned into this big game.
Having a nice beer at the Mall Bowling Club, no doubt, Daryl.
Absolutely. Of course, the sixth tap at the moment, it's a Bilson's Twister Beast.
Responsibly, obviously.
Yes, it's peach, it's pineapple, blueberry blended with triple distilled vodka and pure Alpine Spring as well. Wow. Moore Bowling Club, get there.
Sounds healthy.
Yeah, back to the middle they go. Egg-Malesi-Smith, left footer, comes to the outer side. Here's Lang, he's worked to the space nicely. Closing ears there is Reuters. He soccer off the ground. Tripodi overran it, has to go again. And right in front of the Traralgon coaching staff, who just have a little bit of a worrying look on their face at the moment as the side trail by 2 points. We've got a boundary throw in.
Zach Malesi-Smith, has he gone into the midfield now? I think he has
now, yep. I think they were listening to Paul Carter earlier.
Yep, Paul Carter ahead of his time. Cunico ahead of the pack. Can he keep the ball in? He tries. He doesn't need to. He handballed it blindly over the top, and guess what? Shannon Lang picked it off and went forward. But from one good play to another, it's Lang to Scholters, who cut it off. Plays on quickly, left leg through the corridor. Ambler's found some room, and Ambler's a chance. Drops the ball, plays on quickly, kicks towards centre half forward. And can he find a winner? He can't.
Free kick, though.
Free kick goes Traralgon's way. And they go now through Blair Roscoe, inside forward 50. They can't find a winner there. Cleared by Hudson Holmes. Another possession for him. All good mark by Jacobson.
Yeah, on the wing area. The Maroons need to find something now as he kicks towards the pocket. Lopez will be the target. Standing under was Freeman. Ground level there is Jordan Cunico. Handballs to the ground, and there's a free kick going, holding the ball. Taints will get the free kick in front of the deck, which is all tucked up underneath the shelter this afternoon. Lang with a front and square rove. Socket off the ground. McMahon put a foot out and put it out of bounds on the full.
It's unlucky.
No one on the mark either. But here we come now.
And it's going to come back, is it to Cody Hennis? So Lang was going to get it. He is absolutely spent. He's Shannon Lang. Touches for Shannon Lang today. He's been super.
33.
And a lot of contested, you would have thought.
And 10 clearances.
Yep. So Cody Hennis, 13-minute mark of the final quarter. The Magpies lead it by 2 points. He's on centre wing, near side. Goes with a right foot boot. Back there, Jacobson. Good little spoil in the end by Leslie. Now he's got a little toe poke. Gets to a dangerous spot. Has to stand and prop to Tom McMahon. And he does just that. Now in comes Lang, is it? He got ripped down in the tackle. Soccer off the ground from Byron. Brown overran it. Scholters is there as well. You'd have to say he's one of the best for Traralgon today, all thanks to Gippsland Suzuki.
Jack Johnson just snuck out the back of that contest there, trying to get himself forward, but Jacko McMahon was quick to identify that and get some players back.
So ball thrown up, 10 metres or 15 metres from Sales goals, punch forward from Scholters. Lang the first player in the contest. 3 or 4 Traralgon players come in to lend a hand, but they can't find a way through. Not at the moment. Nicely done, though, it was by Lucas Tripodi. The kick smothered. A quick kick forward. Lang on the end of it. Under pressure. Handball over the top. Can he find a teammate? He went searching for, but couldn't find Ben Jones. 25 metres from Sales goals. The conditions have been wet and slippery. The contest has been pretty tough. There hasn't been a margin of any consequence for the entirety of the game, and right now it stands at 2 points as the ball's thrown in. Kick around the body! Can it find the goals from Jack McLaren? Touched right on the line, and we're back to 3 points.
9-5-59 Sale, 8-8-56 Traralgon, Harvey Norman, computer scoreboard.
Traralgon quickly play on. They get it to the outer side, and with the soccer off the ground, they got it to the wing. McGuinness coughed it up. Quick kick by Tom McMahon to open space. Out in front of Marsh. Can he keep it in? That's skidding towards the boundary line. He does keep it in. Now he gets tackled. Lost the footy. Play on, said the umpire. It's on the outer side of the ground. They crash in. Tainch came in hard. Play on. Head over it there. Quick kick was partially smothered off the boot. And a whistle goes.
Too high. Traralgon's way. Left half forward flank. Wow, here we go.
On the ground is Ambler, yep. McMahon was there as well, but Ambler has the free kick. Rain still pouring down.
Hugh Dunbar's just come back out of the room, so he's strapped up and they're trying to get him on.
Too far out to score. Ambler looks for a presenting target. No one's there. It's just going to be a big pack on top of their head. Johnson goes back with a fist. And the free kick's going to be paid. Sales way. Didn't see that one at all. It's going to go in the way of Jonty McGuinness. So the two big forwards there, Dylan Lopez and Jonty McGuinness. McGuinness will give a handball. To the runner is Hudson Holmes. He tries to keep it along the boundary line. Just missed Cody Hennis. And it skids through and it will be a boundary throw-in or out of bounds on the full. Traralgon are out of bounds on the full. The boundary umpires were a fair way away from this one. Traralgon are trying to convince them. Central umpire will go over chat. And I think you'll find if they can't see this, this will be a throw-in. But they agreed in the end that it was out of bounds on the full.
Oh. Just over to Liam Gathard, Darryl. It's a 21-point lead to Morwell.
Marsh thumps it back inside forward 50 for the Maroons. Ground level it comes. No one can win it at ground level. Traralgon will try and keep it in. So I want to get it towards the boundary line. The umpire says we'll ball it up. 16 and a half minutes gone. It is Sale by 3 points, but it's in Traralgon's forward 50. Here's Rob Popplestone on TRFM.
So Traralgon desperate, but there's still time, plenty of time. The ball chucked out. Tell you what, the umpire could have quite easily paid a deliberate, but chose not to. So a boundary throw in to take place. 20 metres from Traralgon's goals. Tom Glenn was the player for Sale, who threw that ball out, tap forward.
Whistle, Shepherd.
Shepherding free kick. Well, another free kick goes Sale's way. And it goes the way of Will Leslie. Contesting the ruck, got the free kick, or a shepherd anyway, behind play.
We've had a lot of ruck free kicks this year.
We have.
For shepherding as well. Last week there was a heap.
So the ball stopped by Scolters, but kick forward from Sale. It's now the outer side wing. We've got a 50-50 contest. No clear room for anyone to do some damage, not at the moment, but Sale surge in numbers and a quick kick forward from Hennis, inside forward 50. Membry, good, can he keep the ball in the area? He can!
In the back.
And the umpire says in the back. So will he change direction? He wants to. Can he find a teammate? It's going to be a 50-50 ball. And is it D'Angelo's going to be first there? He overruns it, nicely kicked off the ground by the young fella there in Lucas Tripodi, picking it up nicely. That was Hennis inside forward 50, and Scolters cuts it off again. Plays on quickly to Membry, runs out of defensive 50, went for the tumbling punt. Holmes dropped what he would normally take. LaPraise at the bottom of the pack holds it in, provides the contest. Field umpire to assume control. 18 minutes gone, 3 points the margin. The visitors lead at the moment,
Leslie taps it down. Out the back there is Dunbar to run onto this one. Goes to ground. Ball close to the boundary line. Jacob Cunico fights for it. So does Butcher. Head over the football from Holmes. Umpire will ball it up.
It's very clear. Both sides are just trying to get possession and just trying to surge the ball forward as much as they can.
Umpire's done a...
Uh-oh.
Has he done an injury? No, he's asleep. He's okay.
He's all right.
Good work.
They did check. Leslie taps it forward towards his goals. Running onto it though, D'Angelo. Got a handball to Jackson McMahon. He left it behind. Taint was there, grabbed it, kicked around the body. Scolter's going back with a flight. Coming the other direction is Descent. He stood tall. Handball from Hennis. Went to no one. Holding the ball.
Good tackle.
How about the courage from Scolters, knowing that a steam train in Brad Descent's coming the other way?
Rather get hit by a steam train.
Absolutely. Membry goes short to McMahon. That's Jackson. It's the Maroons trailing by 3. 19-minute mark, final quarter. McMahon wants to go along the boundary line. He goes in that direction. Lopez the target, had to become the spoiler. Whack in the front spot, kicked it around the body, top of the 50. Willerton will wait for it. Big spoil there from Campbell. Ball now in dispute. No one really wanted it in the end. D'Angelo picked it up, and that's probably why, because Magpies just swarm on him. And tackle, stoppage. Top of the 50. Margin at 3. Again, this time, thump forward by Jacobson. It goes inside forward 50. Reuters with a kick around the body. Goes out the back. Leslie read it better. Takes the mark and plays on quickly. The outlet kick towards Butcher. He's got some pace. It stands in front of him 5 metres. Does it sit up? It does. And he's got room. He kicks it high. Scolters goes back. Can't get there though. Great mark by Tom Campbell. It's open. 1-on-1 in the forward 50. Great work into words. Descent. Good spoil by Membry. And a quick handball. Brown gave it to Ambler, who gave it to Whack. Gives it across now to Brown. Inboard. Saltum Candy. Runs away with it. Kicks a barrel towards half forward. McGuinness can't complete the mark. Leslie soccers off the ground. Goes towards the boundary line. If he goes there again, it could be deliberate. They slide down. Does McKenna taking the legs. He took the knees of Leslie. And Sale get a free kick. Thoughts?
I wonder whether they're just going to try and slow this one down here, Sale, and take the sting out of it, because that's been kamikaze footy for, I don't know, the last 5 to 7 minutes, backwards and forwards from each defensive 50 and forward 50. I wonder if he's just going to try and slow it down here.
So there's only 5 minutes, maybe 6 of play left, given that we've only got 2 goals scored in this last quarter. The margin just 3 points. Traralgon need to make a move. You get the feeling Sale kick the next goal, it's their game. And there's no guarantee if Traralgon kick the next goal, it's in fact the Maroons' game.
Now, if he's got it in him, I reckon, I've seen you waving there, Darryl. He had the switch on there. Did Will Leslie too. And the Paddy Tanish was out on this side of the ground. Everyone was on the far side of the ground. He nearly could have ran inside 50. How much space he had.
Out of side, well roved out the back from D'Angelo. A little piercing kick towards Hamilton. Great pick up off the toes. And even better handball to the run of Halliburton. Flying shot from 50. And it's slammed through. The Maroons are in front.
That's a contender.
21-minute mark, final quarter. Sam Halliburton's put it through from 50 with a skidder.
9-8-62, the Maroons at the 22-minute mark of this final quarter. They have that 3-point lead over Sale, who are 9-5-59. And I was about to tell you that the last 8 combined inside 50s had yielded no score.
That pick up from Josh Hamilton.
Incredible.
That is just, without watching that live, that is just unbelievable how clean he was to be able to pick that up below his knees in this type of weather and then get the handball off just as clean. Amazing stuff.
22 and a half minutes gone, final quarter. Margin 3 points, but guess what? Back in the home side's favour. Jacobson, 1-2 taps. On the end of it, Willerton takes ball, he gets taken, and the result will be a ball up.
3 goals this quarter. We went 3 goals in the third and we went 27 minutes. We've gone 22.
So 4, maybe 5 minutes left in this quarter. Hasn't been a lot of stoppages, or no more than the quarters that we've played.
There will be now.
Yeah, right half forward flank. We're into the red zone. High revs here for both clubs. McLaren touches the ball. Can he get the kick forward? He can't. Hunico waits and hopes rather than lends a hand, but doesn't need to. Oh, he's gone for the torpedo. Will it fall inside? It will.
Oh,
but only by a margin of about 30 centimetres. And inside the forward 50. Very much a territory game, the Beast. 45 metres from Traralgon's goals. It'll be thrown up just to the right of the deck as Traralgon, 9-8. They've wrestled this lead back. Desperation with a little sprinkle of class, which Halliburton finished off a moment ago and put himself in contention for a Zambrero goal of the day, whilst also giving his side the lead. Ball thrown back in, kick off the ground. I reckon how to play in the full will go Sale's way. Traralgon need to lock this one in.
Where do you go?
Desperately.
Where do you go, Beast? Switch or down the line?
Oh, I think he's got to come down the line. They've got the numbers. I don't think the switch looks like it's on, so I think he's got to come down the line.
Yep.
He heard me.
What an experienced caller you are, Daniel Hutchison. The kick goes in Hennis direction. Front square Byron. Can he get a shuffler handball out? He tried. The umpire said play on. Egg Smith with a clean pickup. Now Taints. He didn't want to sock it off the ground on that occasion. He wants the boundary. Finds it. 24 minutes gone, final quarter. Traralgon have just got the lead back. They now lead by 3 from a Halliburton cracker. Half-back flank for the Magpies is where the ball sits at the moment. Leslie tapped it down. Head over it was Dunbar. Lang goes to ground. Gets a handball. Great handball to Holmes. Barrels it towards the wing. Egg Smith, one hand. Well roved by Hennis. Advantage was paid. He goes inside forward 50. Back with a flight. Couldn't complete the mark was Lopez. It skids out the back. Here comes Butcher. Although Lopez sock it off the ground. Is it deliberate?
No way.
How far out? He was a long way out from goal. That is... Are you allowed to do that still? That is deliberate every day of the week.
I think inside the square under pressure you can, but I don't think you can from that far out.
He was 15 metres out. It's a minor score of the same 2-point margin.
And that's holding the ball. That's holding the ball.
Membry's played on. He's been ping holding the ball. He's just been shoved by Campbell. It's not reversed.
So Descent.
25 minutes have gone. Brad Descent with a shot, tight angle in front of Puds Bar. Puds Bar will give him all the advice that he needs, you'd think. It'd all be positive from there.
Well, if it was Ian Wallace, he'd kick this 99 times out of 100.
Brad Descent, 2 goals, 40 metres out, tight boundary to get him back in front. Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's kicked it. Oh my God.
My goodness. And he turns to the supporters at the bar and says, up yours.
I'll call it. That's game over now. I was nearly going to say before, next goal will probably win this game. That is an unbelievable finish in front of a bar up there. No doubt, had a few cans today, would have been giving him some serious stick.
Wow.
That's
1 minute?
That's an unreal finish.
Unbelievable.
And as you say, a 4-point lead, 26 minutes played in the final quarter. And on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, 10-66 to 9-8-62.
I just cannot believe what we just witnessed.
And we didn't call it, but to finish like that, he's probably just about a contender again for a Zambrero
goal of the day. Are you saying that the game's over? How much time we got left? A minute?
Well, the ball's gone over. It's just come back in now. So I'm going to say we're going to go 27 and a half. I reckon, yeah, probably, maybe 2 minutes, I reckon, at max.
Might have gone
Unbelievable.
premature, Poppy, but
No.
I just think if Sale get their hands on the footy at this stoppage, the players are lining up now at half forward for Sale. They're going to steam in, try and get numbers around the footy, and they'll try and gain possession and just about wrap this one up.
Well, Sale have cleared all day, every day. And you can see that Sale are trying to stop the Traralgon runners coming off the half-back line. It's nicely done. Cunico has the ball in front of him.
Here they
Quick
go.
kick forward, Traralgon.
Oh.
Miss the handball. Kick off the ground. Out the back, top of the square.
Holmes.
Cleared by Hudson Holmes towards the outer side. Right half. Forward flank for Traralgon, but we've got the numbers. That's Tate Marsh at the end of it. Needs to find a man. He can't. And Sale do a great job. Lay a tackle, keep the ball in the area. And the umpires, they paid a free kick there, have they? They have. It's going to go Traralgon's way, given the way the players are responding.
What's he paid?
I don't know.
High, maybe.
I thought Jack Johnson's tackle was superb to cause the stoppage.
I tell you what, I'd be rushing this ball forward. And they do that now. They're going to threaten the forward 50. Falls short. Mark, no. Comes to ground. Sale with all the numbers around the ball. It's going to take something special.
That's the stoppage they're after.
So 55 metres from Traralgon's goals. They're kicking to the right of radio.
You'd think less than a minute to go, Pop.
You're right too. Quick tap forward. Traralgon taking ball and all. Good tackle. They'll lock it in. There's no room to move. They need something Houdini-like here to the home side to steal this one back. Just outside forward 50. Ball thrown up. Can they clear the area? Sale. They're trying desperately. They have. And now we've got a one-on-one contest towards Sale's half-forward flank as Membry calls for the ball deliberate.
And he has
and the
played
umpire
it.
plays it.
Yep.
Well, Membry plays on quickly. Good thinking. Needs to gather territory, and he does. Left half forward flank. They need to win it right here and right now. Maybe seconds to go. They can't get hands on the ball.
Sale got 4 spare back.
And they quick kick. Now goes inside forward 50. McKenna tackled ball and all. Can he keep it in? He can. But Sale have got numbers again. And see the ball over the boundary line. Was it Dylan LePray?
Yeah, well, just from that stoppage, all of a sudden 4 Sale players went back, and of course, in the end, that spare man just got over the boundary line. So boundary thrown again. Leslie took it out of the ruck, gave a handball. A quick kick around the body there was from Glenn. Gets outside his defensive 50. There's lots of numbers around it. Byron squeezed a handball back to Jack Leslie. He kicks around the body. It goes high out of bounds, and it goes 25 rows back. Time stopped. 29 minutes gone now.
Can't be much time left.
No.
Joel Scolters has to run across nearly to Rosedale to get this footy. His side trail at the moment by 4 points. You'd think this would be the last chance that they've got. And they're going to need a contested mark inside forward 50 with 36 players in there just about. He puts it in. It's a shallow entry. Top of the 50. Byron can't complete the mark. A quick kick from Cunico. Can they take the mark? It might skid through. It's going to get over the back. McGuinness will tap it once. He'll tap it twice. And he'll sock it off the ground.
It's out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the full.
There will be less than 1 minute now, Daryl.
So Dylan Lopez has the shot on goal. His counterpart forward at the other end in Brad Desson kicked one from a similar spot but the other end to put his side in front. This is the moment for the Maroons if they want the win. Dylan Lopez from 35 metres out for the win on its way. It's across the face.
No more than 30 seconds left now.
The minor score, Paul Carter.
3 points the difference on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. 9-9-63 Traralgon. Sale 10-6-66.
I reckon there was options there to try to improve the angle, but there was just no one presenting as Derek Egler-Leslie Smith will have one of his most important possessions now. He'll go boundary side, the rain tumbling down. He'll look to keep the ball within a metre of the boundary and hopefully it spills out.
Oh, look at that,
He gets
Poppy.
it within a metre of the boundary and it spills out.
Well called.
So from the right half-back flank with just seconds to go.
No one knows how long's to go. Everyone's looking up to us as if we've got a clock going. We've got no idea either.
10 seconds.
10 seconds to go. This is their chance. Can they go forward, the Maroons? It's lots of numbers around it. There's nowhere to move. They've got a handball. No, picked up by Holmes. That could be the winner. Shannon Lang just balls it on the boot and gets it towards half forward. Membry's there. A clean pickup. Kick to the middle of the ground they go. In the slippery conditions. Hutchins is there. Then they dive on it. Traralgon want to shuffle it forward somehow, every which way, but the siren sounds, and the Magpies have won away from home for the first time since round 5. And they close in on a top 3 berth. Sale at 10-6-66 have defeated Traralgon on their home deck, an absolute classic. 9-9-63. This season has just got crazier, and I can't believe I'm saying it. Brad Desson with a goal, the 25-minute mark, hard up on the boundary line, 30 metres out. His side was behind to put him in front, and he put it straight through the middle. What a game. A wrap-up after this. It's been an absolute great game this afternoon here at Terry Hunter Oval as the Magpies win by 3 points. We've got the post-game coming up, all the key players, the Zambrero goal today, the key moments, and the around-the-ground scores, which has some massive results happening as well. We'll get to those. What a weekend of footy. It's Gippsland Live at its absolute best, and it's thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.